got the look in your eyes. You're on a mission, burning ambition. You've got your eyes on the prize. You've gotta rise to the challenge. Show 'em what you got. Step up and take what's yours. You are kings now, Clash of Titans.
Everyone good?
Go.
Do the Wayne's World. 3.
Yeah.
No, it's 5. 4.
3. Hey everyone, Tornado Tag Podcast. We got a lot to go over. We're back. We're all much larger from the holidays.
That was already pretty large.
And the Thanksgiving.
Because we're all in the juice.
And you've been working out. Andy's been pumping up.
Cosmetic business.
Yeah.
It's an upper body business, brother.
That's right.
But Andy has been hitting the gym.
Yeah, I don't notice anything, but
he's getting tough.
I don't notice it, and then I see Andy in the supermarket and be like, well, that's a big deal. Oh, it's Andy.
yeah.
Well, we have, like I said, we have a lot to cover. We're going to do some fun stuff here tonight. So if you guys like what you hear, obviously, please hit that like and subscribe button. If you're listening on audio, hit subscribe. If you're on YouTube here, give us that subscribe button hit and help us grow. If we get up to 1,000, YouTube pays us. Doesn't come out of your pocket, so might as well make YouTube pay people who actually put content up there.
Why not?
And if you also want to support us, we have a merch page. You can grab some cool Tornado Tag Podcast merch.
Yep.
We may have a T-shirt that really resembles a wrestling shirt that you've already seen. It's called the Tornado Mania shirt, so that's a little hint. It's really cool. It's one of my favorite ones. But you
I
can
have
check
one.
it out.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah. You can go buy Andy's shirt. His
Oh, you
brand new
could,
blue
yeah.
and
You
gold.
have to mess with me. He's wearing it right there.
Yeah,
How about
it
that?
is. Brian's wearing the blue and gold shirt, and I'm actually wearing
Very
the brand
cool.
new Dame.
Yeah.
Dame shirt.
And
Let me see your
made,
shirt.
made by the same people, designed
shit,
by the
that shirt
same
is
guy.
sick,
yeah.
dude. That shirt is
And
sick as
Tyler's
hell.
representing another indie wrestler, Steve Austin.
Yeah, Steve
Right.
Austin.
I don't know if
who,
you guys heard of him.
Nice
ECW.
up-and-comer, yeah.
He's going to be taking on Mikey Whipwreck for the
Hell
world
yeah,
title.
Stunning Steve.
Oh, he's going to kill Mikey Whipwreck.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Another guy, up and comer in the
Ric
scene.
Flair?
Yeah, Rick, I don't even know
Never
him.
heard of him.
I heard he just canceled an HOG show. He's not
Ramblin'-
looking good for this young cat.
Ramblin' Ricky Rhodes.
But all that aside, we're going to talk about indie stuff, and you want to talk about something to get excited for. We got a little bit of exclusive news coming in here.
From the RNN News Desk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I want the current affairs sound.
we have the commissioner Ryan Fox.
Fox.
All right, so Ryan,
He struggles with names with OX in it.
I had Fox Viner
There you go.
on the show, and I almost called him your name because it's so similar. I pretty much did call him your name, and he's like, "That's not my name," and I was like, "Yep, you're right. I fucked up.
Yep. That'll happen.
I messed up. I probably shouldn't curse. So I'm gonna use this as a hot take.
No, okay.
Yeah. So on the phone, Outbreak Commissioner Ryan Vox.
V-O-X.
Vox. You know what I meant. But yeah. So we got some news. What do you got for us?
News. Did you hear the new Andy Header shirt is out?
Yes.
Whoa. You know, I'll talk about that. I have an idea for a shirt, and I think I'm going to make it and have it whenever James gets to it, the guy that designed this.
Yeah.
It'll be awesome.
Andy Header solo shirt.
Yes.
Nice.
Anyways, what's going on, boys? How's everybody doing?
Good.
We're good, man.
Doing
We're
great.
really excited to have you on. We had you on before in the past, but you kind of got some stuff to talk about tonight.
Yeah, so we've been gone for a little while. July was our last show, the Battle of Bad Street, and things happen. It's professional wrestling, but I just wanted to come on your show and let everybody know that Outbreak is officially coming back.
We
Woo.
are
Right.
very,
Yeah.
very happy about that. We were just talking about it before on a couple shows in the past, like saying, "Man, we need Outbreak back because I need my fix, man. I'm missing dudes like Ed House, and I'm missing my Sabal and the captain. Like there's some superstars on that roster, man. I haven't seen in a long time. So hearing that Outbreak is back makes me really excited.
A lot of people ask me what's up with him. I'm like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
On Facebook or in real life, I'm like, I don't know. I gotta tell you.
Well, now you know.
Yeah.
You got your champion
man.
out there defending the title with no company at this point, but now we're back.
Yeah, which reminds me, I want to give a big thank you to Classic Championship Wrestling and Valor Pro for letting Cortez Castro defend our championship on their shows because that's been a huge asset to us. You know, just keeping our name out there while we were on this hiatus.
Yeah.
But February 18th, we will return to Temple Arena.
Valentine's Day
Cortez
Massacre.
Castro will, of course, be in the house defending. We're very excited to come back. We actually have 6 shows already scheduled for 20.
Wow.
Yeah, that's awesome. And the Temple's, there was a show where I had the weapons match with Robbie.
Yeah.
You know, the tables match or whatever. Yeah, that's that building.
Yep.
Yeah.
Are they all at Temple?
Yeah. No. The first 2 are going to be at Temple, and then everything after that is going to be back at the Hamburg Fieldhouse.
There we go.
Awesome.
Everybody loves
And
the Fieldhouse.
I love the Fieldhouse.
Yeah, we're going to work on branching out and peppering in some other stuff in between, but yeah, we're really excited to get the ball rolling, and like I said, we wanted to make sure you guys got the hot take.
Perfect.
Got it out there.
Do you guys have any matches in the works or planned, or any you can give us? Do we have a number 1 contender who's going for the title?
Well, Cortez
Nope.
Castro still has the
Nope.
title. We know that.
Nothing is set yet. This is so fresh. I haven't even really gotten a chance to talk to too many of the roster yet. We've got like 4 guys
Okay.
right now. They're definitely going to be on the show. So
Let's hope our boys want one of
talking
them,
to me-
right?
What's that?
Let's hope our boys one of them. That table. I mean, our table looked really nice with that Outbreak Championship on it.
Oh yeah.
You hear that, Cortez Castro?
Yeah, coming for you.
Part of Outbreak, man. Yes, Andy has already committed.
How
to the
about
show.
that?
So
Yeah.
he will be there in February. He knew before you guys did. He didn't tell you.
No, this is all brand new to us. Now, just to kind of refresh some people, Castro is the champion
For now.
for now. Then you got your Intimidator title with Yam still, correct?
Correct.
And then your Bad Street title, the brand new titles, is
Trajan
Horn, and Robbie.
and somebody else. It's 3.
Robbie Radke and Bad Bang.
Yes, that's
Okay.
I haven't seen him before that night when he won, so
Okay.
that one's not refreshed on my mind. So yeah, and that title has yet to been seen or defended
Yeah.
yet, so that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, and that's actually it's going to be interesting because Robbie Radke has a loser must retire match this Saturday at 1CW.
Ooh,
And who's he taking on? Is he Killing McMurphy?
Yes, Kelly McMurphy.
Okay.
Ooh.
So
Yeah,
whoever
so
loses
that's
won't
gonna
be in
a
Outbreak
hell of a
then.
show. I'm actually going to be in attendance for that because that could decide the very fate of the Bad Street Championship right there.
Now
Hey.
it's going between either one of them. So if either one of them is Robbie putting his career, or are they both putting their career up?
I believe they're both putting their career on the line.
Oh man, I don't want to lose either one of them.
Exactly. It's tough. That's why I have to be there to see it. I don't want to read about it on Facebook. I want to be there.
What day is that show?
Saturday.
And where's
Saturday
it?
in Houston, Delaware.
Houston, Delaware.
Yeah, 1CW.
Delaware.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'll be at a wedding that weekend. Well, keep me updated on your end, and we'll make sure we put it on our page as well.
Oh, I'll definitely be posting about it for sure.
Yeah. So, cool thing here is I have an interview coming on Monday. So when you see the interview, you're going to notice I'm wearing a certain superstar's T-shirt on that interview.
Wow.
Whereas I was wearing my Ace Austin 316. And,
Okay.
and
There you go.
what we always say here on the show is always go check out those independent shows because you never know what's going to happen or who's going to come out of that show and be the next thing.
Get signed, yeah.
Absolutely.
He wrestled for Outbreak in Reading, and now the guy's the X Division champion, Ace Austin.
In Impact Wrestling.
And Impact Wrestling. So, you got to take your time out. These shows are not expensive. They're
And Mark Adam Haggerty, he was a ring announcer many times. He's
Yeah.
now in MLW.
that's
So,
awesome.
Yeah.
And he's phenomenal. He was phenomenal. He
Yeah.
has a great look. He's doing everything right.
Yeah, just made his MLW debut, man. We're so happy for him.
Perfect.
It's amazing.
Perfect. So, we're looking at the Hamburg Fieldhouse and then back at Temple.
Temple, then Hamburg.
Yeah, Temple, then Hamburg. Do you have any other lock-in guys that you said that already kind of said we're there if you need us?
Right now, you're going to see Andy Header. You're going to see Cortez Castro. You're always going to see the babyface EM Bush if Outbreak is involved. And for February, we were able to lock in Tyler Ash.
Nice.
He's getting to be a very, very, very busy man.
Good for him.
So, yeah, we're excited that we were able to have him at least for the relaunch.
Are we going to have Dame? Are we going to get Dame back?
He's busy too.
Mate, you never know.
That'd be
You
cool.
never know.
Because Dame's got a whole
like I
new
said,
thing going on
having
now.
guys
Dame's a little bad boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not your
Yeah,
over.
I see what he's doing at Atomic. It's impressive.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he was one of the biggest baby faces
Yeah.
in Outbreak.
He's ACW world champion. Well,
Yeah.
heavyweight champion. Whatever.
Heavyweight champion.
Exactly, yeah.
No one works hard on that guy in the gym.
Yeah, no.
I mean, Andy, you're getting there. but-
Yeah, no, he's puts like 4 hours a day in.
yeah,
man.
he
crazy.
lives there. He does the work.
And I know that because I went back to ACW. So
Yeah.
and that show's actually next weekend. So
Nice.
Hey, don't worry, Andy. Don't worry, Andy. I got your superhuman right here. I didn't forget about you. baby.
okay, good. Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. So is there anything else in the pipeline that you can give us at all?
Like any new people coming in, perhaps that you got eyeing up. You don't have to name names, but you know.
We definitely have new people coming in.
Cool.
Perfect. Yeah.
Very nice.
Absolutely have some new people coming in. We have new people backstage, which is, of course, going to mean new people in the ring.
Oh, very nice.
Perfect. I tell you what, one of my favorite things about Outbreak is not only do you it has an older school feel. You have you got your good one-on-ones, you got a good tag team division, and one of the thing I think is a lost art when it comes to wrestling. Some of the best managers you'll see outside the ring at Outbreak.
Mandy Weinberg. I'm sure he'll be coming back.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't want him back. Who knows?
Weinberg and the captain are
Yeah.
if they're in attendance. Sometimes you almost forget there's two guys in the ring wrestling because everyone outside the ring is just trying to get at those managers, and that's not an easy thing to do.
No.
Yeah.
So you got the man here. Who would you like to see in Outbreak? Tell him now. Why you got
Who I want to see? I mean, I miss Ed House. I want more out of Ed House.
Okay.
I want maybe him make a run at an Intimidator title.
Okay.
Give him the microphone more. He makes great promos.
That's true.
He
I
does.
agree.
His promos are phenomenal. Who was the guy? He was the flippy guy. The dreads.
Oh my!
Not facade.
Chris, help me out, Chris.
I was going to say Chris Slater.
Chris Slater. Yes, exactly. He's good. He's real good.
Chris Slater's phenomenal.
Yeah, Chris Slade is really good. And don't sleep on Hyena Hex, man. That guy is
Yes.
cool.
Yep. Then you have the who was that stable? The suicide. Alexis is a big fan of them. The social.
Yeah, he was. His name was Skull. Now it's
8 Ball. Chains.
no from Maryland.
Riot City?
Riot City. Yes.
Yeah, Riot City is a cool stable. Obviously, DB Craft.
Okay,
Love to
yeah, I
see
haven't
DB
seen
Craft
that.
back. Yeah, I mean, there's everyone at Outbreak. I'm a big fan of. Maybe one request, if I had to say, I hope Outbreak starts doing it as well. Beef up a women's division. Women's wrestling is hot right now.
Absolutely.
And there's so many talented people. One of the people I would throw in the ring to try to get her there, Adina Steele.
There you go. Yeah.
Adina Steele, get her at Outbreak.
Oh, yeah, we've actually tried to talk to Adina a few times. That girl's busy.
Yeah, she gets a lot of work, and she's good. She's putting a lot of good stuff in there.
Yeah, she absolutely does. She's on our radar, though, for sure.
Perfect. Awesome. Is there anything else you want to get out before we let you go here?
No, man, I'm good. I'm happy to be back, and I can't wait to see you guys out there.
We'll be there. And listen,
it's a fun time, all the Outbreak shows.
We can easily bring setups to shows. So if you need anybody, I might know a podcast that can go on location if you need us to.
Hey, I might know a guy, too.
So, and then to reiterate, that is February 18th.
February 18th.
At Temple Fire Company in Reading, Temple, Pennsylvania. I always say Reading, but it's right down the road.
Let's get your vote. Let's get your hashtags going now. Header for champion.
Yes.
And in the meantime, keep a look out at Outbreak social media. I'm sure they'll have new announcements coming up throughout
match
December,
announcements
January.
and,
They just put out their Outbreak intro video, which is awesome.
Oh yeah.
Really cool package
I've been
video.
a few times.
Yeah, you're in there a couple times. Outbreak is a great show, man.
GoPro, man. GoPro are the best.
Wow.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, one of the cool things about Outbreak that I've always really enjoyed, we were talking about it off camera here, is, a lot of promotions, they bring in like a big name, like, hey, we have this guy, and then come see our superstars. And they use the name to get you in, but then their superstars steal the show because they're super talented. Outbreak is just like, hey, this is our roster, these are our guys, come see us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Both great strategies, both great marketing, but that's one cool thing about you guys. Like, it might not get people in the door because some people quickly come just to see that big name, but they believe in their guys and they ride with them.
Yeah, those homegrown stars. There's nothing like it.
Yep.
Now, will the new shows be on? What were we on? Independent TV or Fight TV? What were we on?
It used to be on Powerbomb.
Yeah, Powerbomb turned into Independent Wrestling.
Independent
TV,
Wrestling, yeah.
Right, yeah, they'll all go back on Independent Wrestling TV, sure.
Oh, cool.
And we're going to put more emphasis on the YouTube This Is Outbreak show.
Oh, nice.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, man. Like I said, if you guys need anything from us, we're always here.
You know what we should need? We need
we'll definitely let you know.
An interview podium a la NWA Power. That's what we need.
Yeah, like a little, that'd be great.
Like how that David Crockett guy is standing there.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing. But thank you so much for calling in and giving us the exclusive here. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate you.
All right, we'll see you soon.
See you later.
February
18th.
See you guys.
That's right.
Well, not you guys.
You leaving too?
See you, Tony.
I'm mad now.
It's been a fun show.
All right.
All right, now we're back.
All right. I can't wait to get the new mixer because there was a small hiss there that was.
But it happens.
Yeah.
That's what noise reduction's for.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get it.
Yeah, I didn't even notice it.
I don't know. I have a weird ear.
When you have you get an ear for it when you start editing these things.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, awesome.
I know. I'm excited.
Outbreak is
I
back.
said I'd be at every date, so why not?
Yeah.
You know?
All right. You guys talk a little bit.
'Cause it was fun there doing Outbreak, especially in the field house. Everyone's
Right.
like, "Oh, that's how WWE used to run tape shows in the
Stressing that
80s."
not recording or something.
Because they used to tape there and
Allentown,
right?
Yeah, Allentown was a little bit later too. Like
Can you imagine
hamburgers when you had like Joe McHugh, that ring announcer, like weighing in at 3.
Our mics died. There we're back.
Like those were like the Hamburg Fieldhouse is where they did the old like Vince Senior.
Yeah,
they still did a little bit with WWF coming up, but then they moved down to Allentown, Bethlehem. It was always in this.
Can you imagine if it was still like that? We just go down there and like see shows for $10. probably less.
I mean, honestly, when I was just in Hershey to see Ghost, they were advertising WWE was coming like 2 weeks later, and the tickets started at like $17.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, dude.
But you're like way up here. Like I went to a house show there and it was $120 for front row. I'm like, this is a house show. I remember it used to be $40.
Yeah.
Front row.
So before we get our news topics, we do have something I want to plug.
Oh,
here.
okay, yeah. Well, you can't buy it.
Yeah, you can't buy this.
Mine might be on eBay later tonight.
It cannot be bought. It cannot be sold.
This is an exclusive here, so
yeah.
we'll put this.
I don't see if that is it zooming in there. That's my annual Christmas card. I'm going to post pictures tomorrow, maybe tonight. I don't know.
So every year Andy changes it. This year he went with Merry Christmas, more like Ultimate Christmas, and it says in the back, all stockings were filled with rocket fuel.
And the stockings were filled.
Oh, and the stockings were
with
filled
the
with
rocket fuel.
And everyone's card got their own individual Ultimate Warrior quote on the back.
Something that the man actually said.
Yes.
I stayed away from his inspirational after wrestling and anything in a promo.
Yeah.
I was glad mine had nothing about what does and does not make the world work.
Yeah, you don't want to. Yeah, that's not one of his memorable quotes. Yeah. Well, I mean, good memorable quotes, I guess you could say.
We're gonna turn you down just a hair.
Am I loud? Okay.
A little bit. We got it though.
Woo, how's it now?
You're good. Yeah. Before you were just getting it was a hot mic.
Hot. It's a hot minute.
And this has nothing to do with the show, but I started Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to stop.
It's a good game.
I didn't want to stop.
It gets hard though. Difficulty.
It gets
spikes.
hard. Yeah, it gets hard. That's why it took me 2 days to beat it because like it starts getting pretty tough.
That is how I am right now with Persona 5. I'm finally playing it 2 years later.
Is that a JRPG?
Yes, it is very much a very Japanese JRPG.
Mm-hmm. I used to use a not so political term for them games.
And then when I turned my
PlayStation
PlayStation on for the first time in forever,
that
Fire
10
Pro
years?
Wrestling was staring at me.
Oh.
I have it on PC.
Yeah?
Yeah.
PlayStation 1 is very good.
I didn't even play the promoter mode where you make your own.
Oh, yeah, they add a lot.
so
they
good.
added
That's
Stardom
fun,
too.
dude.
Yeah.
I don't have any of that stuff. I just have the original thing that came out when it first came out on PC.
Yeah, I bought the whole bundle.
And they added another pack of like Hiromu Takahashi and like a couple of
All the New
cruiserweights
Japan
and
guys
stuff,
came with that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was so cool. I have so many guys downloaded.
I download a bunch too, but they're hard to down. It's
It's a weird process.
Yeah.
That's where it gets a lot easier on PC because you can just go to Steam Workshop and
type in.
You can get anybody.
So what you do in this one is you go on their website and then you link your PSN account to it. So,
okay.
Or you can go on the website and link your PSN account.
But then you have to go to like
download
type in Rick Rude.
Yeah.
But you don't go to. You have to hit the check button and not the download, and then it takes the character and puts them in the inactive roster.
Yeah,
So you got to go to the inactive roster and move them to an active roster and then put them in one of the groups. I'm like, oh my god,
Yeah,
why can't
it's a
this
lot
be
of work.
downloadable wrestler category?
Yeah, it should just be like when you're downloading like a COF or W2K19. It's so easy. You just click, and then boom.
It's right there
they're
with
on
you.
If you do have Fire Pro Wrestling,
You can download me.
You can download Andy Header.
All right, 100% by myself.
Yeah, it looks awesome. So yeah, we're just gonna go through some topics real quick and get through some stuff. We're trying to kind of find our way. The biggest thing with the wrestling in our show is there's so many stuff out there that you can get weekly updates of what happened every week. I don't like if you want to see what we think about shows throughout the week, you can go check out our Facebook page. We're gonna try to stay away from that. And I mean, unless something
You don't have to go match by match.
absolutely insane happens, like
Right.
we'll talk about it.
Yep.
For the most part, we're going to talk about a few topics that maybe really have our eye or the stuff that we could talk about and kind of debate. Because behind the scenes in our group chat, there are certain things that we bring up that we are not on the same page about.
Oh no.
a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
But we are.
Mamma mia, you're right.
Yeah, but we're very respectful one of each other's opinions, and then we always like not sway, but there's certain things I'm like, you know what, I didn't think of it that way, and it's very interesting. We're just trying to bring that to the here. And then we're gonna do the next couple episodes. We're gonna have our first ever Tornado Tag year-end review awards or year-end awards.
We got to think of what to call the award. Is it the
Like the Dundies.
yeah,
But not the Dundies.
Naders?
yeah,
The Tornado.
the TTPs. I don't know.
The TTs.
You down with TTPs? You know me? Yeah.
The TT goes.
The Art Donovan Award.
How much does this trophy weigh?
Yeah, how much this guy weigh?
Is this guy one of the wrestlers? He looks like a businessman.
But yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna try to bring a game every week or every other week, depending on if I don't want to overwork Brian. Brian is doing his own show, and then also we want to bring back the topic every week. I think the topics was fun, and it's because the thing with podcasts is people either want to be entertained or they want to learn something they didn't know before. So. Or even if they think they know it and they come in and listen to it, they're like, "Oh, I learned something new," or "Them assholes got this," or "These assholes got it all wrong."
Right.
So I think that's what we're going to do starting the new year is really kind of revamping what we do here. We still are going to emphasize on local wrestling and going to shows. A lot of that local wrestling stuff, we'll kind of talk about it. Tell, hey, it's coming up. Go check it out. Here's a little bit of the match cards you can expect, but it won't be as much as we did before. And then on the way home, we'll do the breakdown.
Like a bonus show. A review of the.
Yeah, it'll be like a bonus
that way
audio only show.
No, I don't watch indie wrestling, so you can just skip that show if you want.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's what we're going to kind of do there. So, like I said, we have a lot of cool stuff up our sleeves. With the new cameras and the new equipment that we can take on the road, we could possibly even get some interviews with people at shows.
Yeah.
Where we can say like, hey, we're here at maybe if Outbreak needs some people to do some interviews for them, we can do that.
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. But yeah, we can do that. Cool
Well, maybe if you get the guy's name right, he'll let you do interviews at his show, Tony.
Dude, I have no idea why the
You
Vox
struggle with
Finder.
anything with OX. It
Yeah,
seems like,
X's are not my thing. I mean, I might be dyslexic, and you guys are picking on me.
well,
I think that's how that works.
TTP got over that.
You use that word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
But yeah, the
Vox Finer.
yeah, I'm like
Vox
I
Finer.
had to think about it.
It's like Fox Vineyard and
And your poor number one fan, Alexia.
yeah, Alexia, Alexis, Alexios.
Well, no, you got it right there. Okay.
Yeah.
Alexis.
Yeah, I'm
Just like, hey, what kind of car did you buy? Alexis.
yeah, Alexis.
There you
Nailed
go.
it. That's how I'm going to remember it. I'm just terrible with names. I can't. You should hear me on the phone at work.
Oh, God. I can imagine you probably get some out there names, too.
Oh my God.
I had this one today, right? And I don't remember exactly how she spelled it, but I looked at the spelling and it looked like she punched her keyboard 14 times. And I was like, I was like, can you help me with the pronunciation of your first name? She goes, oh, it's Stephanie. And I was like,
It's one of them crazy.
she's like, oh, all that's silent. And it just, I was like, that's not how it works.
This is no joke. Breaking down the fourth wall here, Tony and I worked together, and I called somebody today. Their name was with an I though. It was Terry Funk.
That's awesome.
You egg sucking dog.
Well, goddamn, why you call me up?
I don't want to cut hair.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
So what exactly do you guys do? Because like you obviously don't cut hair. So it's,
we pretty much help recruit and get people to go to school.
We're recruiters,
Oh, right.
basically. Yeah.
We help people. They call and they're like, "Hey, I need information."
Right,
We
right.
break down the information and give them what they need, and then
That makes sense.
And then possibly set them up to come in. Terry Funk, I would roll with that one. Are you a wrestling fan? Because your name is amazing.
Yeah, but look, I just have to.
They didn't
ask
answer
this.
the phone.
Oh, didn't they?
Do you have a brother named Dory?
I heard a chainsaw in the background. I was like, okay, I'm getting out of this.
I'm out of this.
And you're located at the Double Cross Ranch in Texas, right? She was like, no.
Amarillo. But yeah, so our first topic of the night, we're going to kind of dive into 3 wrestlers right now that are signed, about to sign, or about to let go.
3. I'm only worth
Right.
2.
What's that?
Okay.
Yeah, so we have one that's signed officially now
okay.
with John Morrison. He's officially back in WWE.
Now listen.
It's been speculation for a long time.
Which he has vehemently denied on social media.
He heavily denied, yes. And now all of a sudden he's like, yeah, I'm here, and they're going to put me on the bump.
Yeah, which I didn't know about till somebody when
I brought it up.
Yeah.
I'm kind of on Tyler's side with it. I think it's a terrible
I think
way
it's
to do it.
awful. The
First
bump
of-
is what? Some show on.
Yeah,
It's like a web show.
It's like
Yeah.
a web show. Yeah, it's horrible.
Why, in God's name, would you not make that a surprise?
Yeah.
Like his music hits and he walks out.
Even at Survivor Series, you had all them guys, expendable guys, on one of the teams.
Yeah.
Oh, look who Raw got, mystery guy.
Not even that, but like next month is the Royal Rumble, dude. Just wait a month.
Yeah.
Have him be a surprise entrant.
number
There you go.
14 or
Yeah,
something.
huge pop.
Is this? Do you think it takes away from his? I mean, I honestly,
Yes.
I think it will, but I honestly can maybe say it won't.
It won't
Because
be as
a
big.
lot of your pop loud kid
Sorry.
fans,
Okay, having a weird
kid
moment.
fans are not the ones who watch the bump, are not the
Yeah.
ones who read dirt sheets.
I think most of the people watching the bump knew he was coming anyway.
I don't think anyone's
Yeah.
gonna watch the bump. To be
But
honest.
that's true.
What I'm saying is, like, your casual fans who
Yeah,
who
but-
don't do internet stuff, they'll still be like, "Holy shit, he's back!" You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, it's not going to be that big, huge pop because then you have to.
Yeah.
Once people see it, then they hear, "Hey, here's who's coming back."
Yeah. I think it's a
That's
missed
a flop
opportunity.
right there. I would sat on. I probably if not SummerSlam or sorry, seriously, I would have said Royal Rumble.
Well,
Yeah, Tyler's right on the Rumble would have been a perfect spot.
Yeah. What number would he?
Early
Early number
middle of
2.
the pack?
They like to do a
Yeah.
surprise at number 3 lately. Probably number 3. Like they like to do like the 2 guys like just facing off. But it seems like one of the big things they do now is the 3rd guy is a surprise. They did it with AJ. They did it with
Yeah.
Bubba.
Who's Morrison's first rivalry? We'll make some predictions here.
Do you
Quick.
throw him right at the Miz or do you build to that?
I'd build.
Yeah,
I could even see them making Miz and him a team again because Miz is just floundering.
Miz is
I could
spinning
see them
wheels.
both being faces. I could see that working out. That'd be cool.
Unless they're just going to spin Daniel Bryan off on the Miz once he's done with Bray.
That's where I want that to go. I want Daniel Bryan
Yeah.
the Miz.
unless they put him on Raw.
Yeah, they could put him on Raw.
Yeah, they could put him on Raw.
Or is Miz on Raw now?
No,
Miz is on SmackDown.
Okay.
Miz flips every draft. Literally every draft he's flipped.
It's like a running joke now.
Who would I put him with? I would put him with, let's see, Raw.
How about Ali? No, Ali's a good guy.
I'll put him on Raw. Yeah, he should be a
what if-
babyface.
I mean, it would suck because
I mean, you can turn heel in a
if he
couple months.
comes back and he comes back as a face,
well, when he comes back, he's going to get that pop for just being back. So you should make him.
Yeah,
a
you
face
should make him
again.
a
a match
first.
I would like to see, but it does nothing for the other guy because obviously Morrison would have to go over. Him and Aleister Black would be a fun match.
Maybe that could be
Like-
if
like-
yeah,
like
but like
he-
you said, it doesn't help because
So I was thinking Buddy Murphy, but Buddy Murphy's already with Aleister Black.
Yeah.
well, Alistair needs something because he's floundering too.
Yeah, because I mean, if he loses to Buddy Murphy, like people are knocking on your door and you're
Yeah.
getting your ass kicked. You know, you're begging for fights and losing it.
So here's some. What about Taya Valkyrie? He's a woman.
Yeah.
I don't know if they married.
Yeah,
I believe so.
They're
yeah.
married.
She's
Yep.
not signed anywhere. Is she signed
Impact. She's
Impact?
the
She's
women's
Impact.
champion.
Impact's
Knockouts
women's
champion.
champion.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that's right. I know she was signed or she's working.
Speaking
her
of, you were
agreement?
talking about it when we were talking about Outbreak. Speaking of managers, I thought Johnny Bravo at that PPW Impact show did a great job.
When he ripped up that little kid's sign,
Yeah.
was the best thing of the night.
And that's Johnny Bravo from Team Canada back in the day, right?
No, that was Johnny Devine.
Johnny Fairplay. Yeah, never mind.
Johnny Devine.
I would not mind her in the women's division. I think she was really impressive. I'll tell you what. I was someone who was very hard to please when it came to women's wrestling for a long, long time, and I think WWE is probably the top. Is in a hole when I say NXT.
NXT
WWE.
definitely, I think, is
NXT's women's good. The women's main roster is good as well. There's a lot.
Stardom, but that's a whole different thing.
Yeah, the only women's division that even comes close to main roster NXT is Impact. Impact's women's division is good.
It's pretty solid.
Yeah.
I loved the thing they did with the. Did anybody else watch the Impact Throwback show? Throwback
I seen
I've
little
only
bit
seen
of it.
highlights.
Yeah.
I want to watch the whole
They
thing.
did.
though.
Madison Rain was Jazzy Fit Body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and she did this 80s like aerobics gimmick. And they're just making jokes. Don Callis was Sexton Hardcastle,
Yeah.
which is hilarious because that was Edge's name before he was Edge. And he's making jokes to Josh Matthews, who was playing the promoter's son. It's like Giuseppe something Jr.
Yeah.
And he's talking about you could never be with a woman like that because that's Madison Rayne is his wife. But it was just fun. Like she's like this 80s like gym instructor. She had really good personality.
She
at the,
looked like she was
TPW
having
show.
fun. She
I'll
looked like
tell
she
you
had more
what,
fun than
She is
normal.
tiny too.
I
She
feel
is
like
tiny.
I feel
tiny.
like when you watch Impact and you've seen Impact live, and you kind of see the way the superstars interact with each other, they legit have a good time.
Yeah, it seems like a tight knit. And there's more stability there too now, which probably makes
I'll
it
tell
better.
you what, man. Like I honestly think Impact can make some waves. And when it comes, like maybe they just need a different TV deal. Like I feel if they got put on a better TV deal,
Yeah, now they're on Access, right?
Well, yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
they're going anywhere though because the only reason they have that TV deal is their owners bought that station.
yeah,
So they're going to be on Access.
they're
for
not a
while.
bad promotion. Like they're just as entertaining to watch as NXT AEW, in my opinion. I think it's a good
Yes, I
program.
never really get
See,
to-
I watch
never
Impact every
thinks-
week. I don't think it's as good as like AEW or NXT, but it's just right below there. It's like it's better than Ring of Honor for sure, but it still feels kind of indie-ish. Mm-hmm. But I don't blame that on Access
which I
TV.
like. That's why I think that's what I like about it because I like
Yeah.
how we were just saying. I don't know what you heard because you had to check your phone, but the roster seems like they legit have fun with one another. They they legit like working with each
They
other.
probably have much more freedom than WWE.
Yeah, like
Oh, yeah.
when like that indie that 80s throwback show. If they just changed their whole format and went to that,
Yeah,
I
it
would
would
love
get
that.
old
I would
eventually.
love that.
Yeah,
too.
it would get old
I'm just-
I would watch that.
Yeah, I'm just saying, they have that freedom that they can do stuff like that, and everyone has fun with it. Like I think it's a fun promotion, man. It really is. I'm shocked.
It's way different than it was a year and a half ago.
Yeah, it's good
When
for
it was
them.
in the fucking doldrums. I mean,
Yeah,
was
it
bad.
was in the shits for a while,
Yeah,
dude. For a while,
Like
it was
the
bad.
only thing that brought it up was Matt and Jeff Hardy, and then they left, and it was like right
Yeah.
down.
So, yeah, we'll get to there. Stay tuned to that.
Yeah.
Now
I'm still thinking about where I would put John. I was thinking maybe put him with Andrade. Yeah,
that's a good one.
The perfect guy would have been, but they just turned him babyface. Would have been Elias. I think that would have been
Yeah.
a perfect thing.
That babyface turn sucks so bad.
Ugh,
That was
yeah.
so embarrassing. He goes away being a guy who flounders and he comes right back and he's doing the same stupid little thing. Oh, here's a little song. And it's just
Yeah.
like, oh man, no one's gonna take Elias seriously. They don't take him seriously.
And you know
so.
what? Like Bruce Pritchard said, and then that Dan Bell has to ring. And that's
Yeah,
when
exactly.
Elias
Yep.
loses
Yeah.
everything. Unless he got better, maybe his training. But
They can't make up their mind, man. It's like he was one of the most over bad guys they had.
Yeah.
Like they were booting him out of the building. Then like, all right, let's turn him face. And then he was face and he was getting cheers. And it's like, let's turn him back to being heel. It's
Yeah,
like, dude,
I
make
hate
up your
that.
mind.
Yeah.
Is he face? Is he heel?
Yep. Even if he just the anti-heel thing, like he was kind of playing that line a little bit too, where he was like, "I like you, but I'm still going to mess with you." Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. I think his character's good. He's not amazing in the ring, but I still think he gets by.
Oh yeah, he's not
That's
not
really
like horrible,
Yeah,
but
I
he's
would
not.
say
He's
some
he,
shit.
yeah, he's not the shit. But
the level, like the average level of a wrestler has gone up so much in like the last 10 years that
he would have been amazing in the 80s.
He would've been-
exactly,
yeah,
he's
great
like a
in the 80s.
perfect '80s wrestler.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he is. But that kind of when it's 2019 and you're still like at got level, it's like
you got to step up.
Yeah,
you got to
like,
learn.
man.
look, you need to do a few flips
Yeah.
and an apron bump or you're out of here.
if you don't do a top rope suicide at some point, like you gotta get the fuck out of here.
He would be awesome at Impact.
Yeah, that could work.
He
I
would
think
be,
if you gave him a big heavy guy to do the dirty work for him, and he just he's
Yeah.
like kind of tags and does a little bit, you know.
or what if they do like the opposite instead of like the big guy?
The
Like
little guy
he
with
has
him.
a little guy manager who just talk like he's the kind of guy who would flourish with a manager.
I think so, yeah. But they'd have to like mesh somehow, you know.
Well, because he's not so good in the ring, the manager can help him get over dirty.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So he
You could have a roadie like Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah.
did.
exactly. Yeah, perfect.
That would make sense. If you had a roadie, that'd be perfect.
Yeah,
Maybe you could have the roadie. They could just
Does
bring
Road Dogg have a
back.
son?
Yeah.
Shit, it could be Road Dogg. Why not? Let him do
Yeah.
something. That'd be, dude. If Road Dogs are coming out with Elias, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
I would love that. I'd mark out.
So then now we have the next guy here. So this is one that's about to be signed, or his contract's up. We don't know where he's going to go. Marty Scurll.
I think we have a good idea of where he's going.
His contract's up, and he agreed to do one final date, and that's the last pay per view of the year for Ring of Honor's Final Battle. And he's team with his friend Flip Gordon. They're taking on
Yeah, I don't remember who the
I
hell
forget.
they're taking on.
not the
No.
Briscoes.
That's the only team in Ring of Honor that I know.
Yeah, Ring of Honor is in the absolute dump. So I would assume he's out of there.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
for sure.
They say they're throwing a lot
come
of
on.
money at him, but it might not be enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think even if they matched what AEW and WWE is going to offer, he's still going to leave.
Yeah,
For sure.
he just has. I mean, let's be. We all in agreement. AEW is
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're already hinting at him.
Yeah, they hinted at it big time when Adam Page first left the Elite on being the Elite. he goes back to his house, and because he's like sick of them, he turns the picture around that he had of them on his wall, and in the picture they show Marty's face. And for a long time they weren't showing Marty's face at all in there. They weren't mentioning him, so I was like, oh, there's your first hint.
See, I don't watch Being the Elite, so I feel like I miss half the stuff that goes on in AEW.
And he's still in the intro.
Yeah.
Like they didn't say, but he's like floating down with his mask. And
Now they have a clock counting down on Being the Elite, so like that's obviously probably about him. Unless it's not, and it's some kind of swerve, then it's like, okay.
But they always, when someone's coming, there's a clock sound. Like when the Bucks
Usually, like, tick,
kept
tick,
hearing
tick,
it,
tick, tick, tick.
'cause
Yeah.
they were going to sign him when Kenny was coming. They're like the clock, and then it was, oh, it's Kenny. So now the clock's ticking again.
Yeah.
And then on Wednesday, Jericho's last name he said on the list was Marty, and then he got cut off.
Yeah.
So it was like, they're hinting at it hardcore, you know.
I think he'd be a great fit. Does he come in and does he join the Elite, or does he come in and is he mad at the
turns on
Elite because
him.
they left him?
That's what I think.
He has to be a heel. I think so.
I'm thinking maybe he's going to wind up being Cody's partner, but then Cody's going to be like the new Hulk Hogan, where all his partners turn on him eventually.
That's what I'm thinking. Like that QT Marshall gets beat down because the Ring of Honor pay-per-view is next.
It's December 18th, I think.
Or no, it's
on
13th,
yeah.
14th, 15th because it's
Oh, you're right,
It's
you're
Ring of
right,
Honor,
yeah.
NWA, WWE,
And then the 18th,
so it's next weekend.
Yeah, the 18th is going to be AEW's. Like AEW and NXT are both really building up the 18th because
The next week's Christmas.
the next
Yeah,
week is
So
Christmas.
probably a highlight show.
they're both running highlight
Yeah.
shows.
Yeah.
So probably that show Marty will debut.
And that's going
I
to be
would
a
think.
Yeah.
that's going to be a big show for both of them.
What
Because
if he
they already
comes out in a
had-
Christmas box?
Oh God,
He could come out of the
might
box and
make it
get over.
over. Yeah, but obviously,
Goddamn!
Butcher and the Blade are going to be there, and they put Marty with.
What
them.
if he comes out?
But see, that's the thing. Do you guys see? They already again. This is. I want to go on a whole. I'm going to go on a whole big rant about AEW if we keep talking about this. AEW. I
want a bacon croissant sandwich.
Ooh, there you
Oh,
go.
nice. I get so much shit online. Everyone calls me an AEW mark. People accuse me of getting paid. I wish I got paid by AEW. Like, people are like, what? Are you in their paycheck?
You
I
Conrad.
wish, bro. Trust me. I wish.
Me too.
Everyone
Maybe.
says I bash WWE too much. I do all this shit. But I'm starting to see the point here where AEW, all their important shit happens online and they don't translate it on TV. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, just today, they had MJF do a video that he hired the Butcher and the Blade to attack Cody Rhodes.
Okay, so what?
Like, why don't you put that on television?
Yeah.
Why am I finding out about this on a 20-second clip on the goddamn internet?
And plus, that Butcher and the Blade promo they did, they should have been playing that for weeks.
For weeks.
And
yeah.
then that way you know. Oh, I know who those guys
That
are.
was-
that when they come out to attack. You're
Yeah,
like, oh, that's his new guy.
The whole surprise attack thing works when you know who they are.
Yeah.
Now we're like, who is that? I got to Pepper Parks.
Yeah.
And then another thing, right? So AEW's whole big thing is this record that they have, right? Everybody comes down if you're in a tag team, if you're a singles wrestler, or in your 6-man tag, you have a record for everything, right? Apparently the records are important because that determines who's the number one contenders and all this bullshit. But yeah, Jungle Boy is going to face Chris Jericho for the title, and he's 0-8.
Is it a title match? I think it might be non-title.
No, 'cause
Everyone's
he
reporting
said he
it's a
has
title
to
match, so I
wrestle
don't
one
know.
more time. But
Yeah.
unless the only way I see around that is like Jericho wants to wrestle somebody he knows he's going to beat.
Right.
So
It's like a heel move.
Yeah.
Because I think they might even do a thing where they did a whole thing where like, can you even last 10 minutes with me? They might do a thing where, if he can last 10 minutes with Jericho, he gets a
Then it's-
title
yeah,
match.
that
I can
becomes
see
a
that,
world
yeah.
title match.
Yeah.
And he does.
Yeah. So I'm not. I don't want to be that guy. But one of my biggest complaints when we first started, when NXT, our AEW and NXT battles first started, I said my biggest complaint is I feel like if I don't watch Being the Elite, I don't have that connection with AEW as a show
true.
because I feel they're like how you're saying, they're putting all their best stuff on their Being Elite show, and then I tune into the show and I feel like I'm behind. And I don't think that's a good thing to do if you're starting out.
No, it should be extra bonus stuff on being the lead,
Yeah.
or leading up to something, but then play it again on Dynamite.
But that December 18th, that is going to be a good night because you have all that going on in AEW. And then on NXT, you're going to have Rhea Ripley and Shayna Baszler. And I think you're going to have Adam Cole's going to defend against whoever wins the three-way between Keith Lee, Balor, and Ciampa.
That's interesting too. I know we're not going to dive into each show, but that's a really cool talking point. That triple threat match.
That's going to be good.
Yeah, who do you guys got winning that? 'Cause
I mean-
I can make a case for any three of
Yeah,
them.
I think they're going to go with Keith Lee, but he doesn't win the title quite yet.
Yeah. I
Keith
think they're
Lee-
saving Ciampa for TakeOver.
Keith Lee, his pop
He's a
is
star.
huge. So when Adam Cole's in the ring, it's very hard for someone to get over Adam Cole.
Yeah.
Keith Lee was way over. Like, you had all three members of Undisputed Era in there, and people are going crazy for Keith Lee. Crazy.
Yeah.
Even more important than that, though, management likes him.
Yeah.
Management really loves Keith Lee.
What if-
That's the only bad thing. Vince likes him, so.
What if he
Wait,
loses?
wait,
yeah,
when
he
he was up
won't,
to Raw
he
and
won't be in
SmackDown.
NXT for long, yeah.
What if he loses?
And he's losing to Elias. On
He loses the NXT championship, but then immediately gets called up.
Yeah.
I hope not.
Who, Cole?
No.
Keith Lee.
I would like Keith Lee to run in NXT for a while.
I don't think NXT needs to lose anybody right now.
Yeah.
I don't.
They won't lose anybody till after Mania. Mania is when they always do their first shift. Everybody moves around.
Yeah, I don't know.
bit.
I don't know, man. I think if anyone can move up and fit in right away just because of his size, Keith Lee would be fine. The problem is a guy like Keith Lee would move up, and poor Braun Strowman would get buried even more.
Yeah, but you never know what happened. I mean, Vince he's into them guys when he first sees them, then he loses steam, and then he doesn't care about them.
Just
anymore.
send up the Forgotten Sons. I don't have to watch him.
Oh
anymore.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
fine.
Yeah, that was a rough match.
Set up Damian Priest.
More
yeah.
importantly, though, I wonder, like, if let's say Keith Lee's the one who takes the title off Cole, which I could see that, but Ciampa is the only one I believe. Like, I remember we had that debate. Like, you were saying, like, you don't think guys should move up if they don't want to, and I was like, well, you're going to have to move up guys because you can't just have everybody staying in NXT because then it gets old. Like, you have to have new independent stars come in and they become stars, and like that's kind of how NXT works, you know. But Tommaso Ciampa said on Linda Garcia's podcast,
I'll quit.
He just said I'll retire.
Yeah, I'll
he
be
said,
a producer-
he said my
producer
neck's
agent.
in too bad a shape. I'm not
Yeah.
going to be able to do the house shows all the time. Like, my body
Yeah.
can't take it. He is the only one that had a good excuse where it's like they're going to be like, all right, well, this guy's going to get burned
Yeah.
out. We can't do it, you know. So I think Ciampa has to get a second long title run soon.
I think so,
I don't know
yeah.
if he's going to turn heel and take it off Lee. I mean, that's how Keith Lee moves to the main roster, or if he takes it off Cole and then him and Keith Lee battle for it, and it's like face versus face, and then Ciampa
But
loses
then,
the belt.
then you're
turns
like,
heel.
well, why the hell do we move Finn Balor down if he doesn't get a title right away?
But that's exactly what the triple threat's so good because
Yeah.
all three of them honestly
Yeah.
probably deserve a title shot, and
Yeah.
any three of them could win, and it makes sense.
And it's the opposite of what Raw was this week, where pretty much every match you knew who was going to win, but when the bell rang.
Yep.
Like you know Eric Young's not winning. You know.
There was like 4
yeah.
squash matches that night. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
And then there was literally a squash match with the War Raider or the Viking Raiders.
Yeah.
which why are they're the champs now? Why are we still doing that?
Yeah,
they made
enough
sense
now.
when we were
Put
building
them in
them
a
up,
feud.
but now they're champs and they're still
Yeah.
squashing random nobodies. Like, what the hell point does that make?
No, I don't get it.
I
think Johnny Gargano might actually come back for the triple threat though and cost Balor. Like, if he's
Oh
healthy.
yeah, that
would
makes sense.
make sense.
Yeah, takes him out. that way
Helps
you get-
Ciampa win.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think Ciampa's. I think Keith Lee's going to win, but
Yeah,
I
that's
could
probably
see
my
anybody
pick
winning.
too. I think probably, like you said, probably Champ is being saved for the takeover, so I could see probably Lee. winning.
Maybe it's at that time now where maybe the Undisputed Era drops the titles. Maybe take a little because they're
gonna have to drop him soon.
gonna have to maybe drop him, give him a little break, get him off TV for a little while.
Yeah, I don't know who he would put up in the tag titles. There's not really
The
anybody
tag
there.
division kind of sucks.
It sucks.
I mean, other
unless they
than
move over
Undisputed
some
Era,
of the
it's like-
people from like the UK, like they can move over the Grizzly Young
Why-
Vets, like they're
why-
a good heel team.
Yeah.
Why the f would you move up?
Private
Private Party.
Street Profits.
Street Profits.
No idea.
Why?
And do nothing with them.
And haven't
have them
done
talking
anything.
back, and then that's it.
Yeah.
It sucks because he wants to get his release, but I would love to see Birch and Oni Lorcan, Danny Birch and Oni Lorcan doing more.
They're good.
Yeah,
They're a good
good.
tag team.
They need like a name.
Move the Revival back down.
Yeah, you're not
Honestly,
doing nothing with them. You don't care about
If
them.
the Revival are going to re-sign, that's what they should do. In the next draft they come after Mania, they
Yeah.
should move back down. That'd be excellent. I
Yeah.
would love that.
Yeah. Or even like a Ascension, move them back down. Like if you're not using your tag division, put them.
Let's keep the Ascension off of
Ascension's
NXT.
still on the roster? Wow, that's we should have a segment. Are they still on the roster?
Honestly, I have not even seen them. Like, they're not even wrestling on main event because I check like the quick results
Yeah.
for that every once in a while. Dude, I haven't seen them on there. I don't think they even wrestled. Like, they don't
Wow.
not using them at all.
Here's
paid
a
to do nothing.
possible idea for a tag team in NXT. They're older. They're over every time with the crowd.
Rock and Roll Express.
Yeah, kind of.
Ricky Robert, yeah.
But because we've kind of had like a bad guy team for a while. You let like a super babyface team hold the belts for a little while, and then have them lose it to like up and coming guys. Give it to the Fashion Police.
That could work.
Again,
That could work.
They're still on the roster.
They were on the Survivor Series pre-show, yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't know
They did
that.
a tag team battle royal.
See,
Yeah.
here's the problem with that.
That's not bad. That could work.
People like them, but they're not in the ring. They're not NXT level.
Yeah.
talents. Even though Tyler Breeze was, wrestled there for a while, they're not. They're not where Ciampa and stuff is. They're not where Undisputed Era is. I mean,
Yeah, I would just take some of those 205 Live guys too and put them in a team.
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
just-
there's enough of them. Why not?
Yeah,
You know
take
what I mean?
Tony Nese, give him a gimmick, put him with somebody.
Unless they actually start taking it seriously and start like signing independent tag teams.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They could try that, actually go and sign tag teams, you know.
Yeah.
It's an idea.
So then the last thing we have here is a pretty big names contract is coming up really soon.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful. Matt Hardy.
He's up February.
February. Does he resign? Does he stay with the company?
First, they said that I guess they're on the same level money wise, but he wants to do more
wants-
creativity.
He wants
Because aside from winning the tag titles and then his small little run as Woken Hardy that they really dropped the brawl, what has he done?
He had a cool thing with Bray Wyatt, but they didn't take it seriously.
Yeah.
The fans loved it when they did the whole segment where they were wrestling at the Hardy estate.
Yeah, the final deletion.
It was awesome, and it didn't even make like so.
The
If you
Hulu,
watched Hulu, you had no idea that happened.
They seemed embarrassed by it. That was the only time I remember Raw having a disclaimer, except for maybe like the billionaire Ted skits.
Yeah.
And
It
it's
seemed like Vince didn't like it, so it's
No,
like
that's
it's gonna-
Vince.
Yeah.
Literally, I read this whole backstage report that Vince does not understand the broken Matt Hardy character.
Yeah.
He doesn't get it. So since he
And
doesn't
that's
get
like
it, he's like nobody else gets
the
it. It's
hottest-
like you're 80 years old. Of course you
the
don't get it.
hottest thing in wrestling when
Yeah.
he was right before he signed him. Like,
Well,
I was like, give him the world title.
He
He's the
saved
biggest
the
thing-
company.
Yeah.
And now you have the Free the Delete on YouTube. He has a little YouTube show he's doing. Obviously, it's a play on Be the Elite, being the elite. It's Free the Delete. And it's just him like trying to reconcile and kind of get back to the broken thing. And one of the funniest lines in it is and when he grabs his drone, Vanguard 1, and he says, "Take me back to 2016 when I was the hottest act in wrestling."
And it was true. He was.
He was.
So
yeah.
if he doesn't resign,
And it's because they booked the Rock and Roll Express.
where does he go?
That's
I
the
would
tough
think-
part.
I would think AEW. I mean, you could go back to Impact, but he might still have a
I think
falling
he
out
goes
with a
back
lot
to
of people.
Impact.
in
I
Impact.
think he goes back to Impact.
With the way Impact is right now,
Like, I don't know if the people that he was fighting with over the name are still there.
Yeah.
I know he had like a falling
So
out.
here's-
I, know it was
I think
Anthem.
Ed Nordholm was the one that actually gave it to him, but that was the one they were kind of having the issues
Yeah, I think
with.
they kind of made up. I don't know.
But
If I
now
was-
Don
if-
Callis is really running the show there, so
yeah, I'm sure they make a play for him.
If I was a wrestler, if I was Matt Hardy, obviously money is probably not something that he probably needs.
Can I throw an idea out of left field?
Yeah.
Ring of Honor.
I wouldn't go there.
I think he thinks
I would
If he can get free creative freedom on it.
he's been in the Ring of Honor and he had a good time there and stuff.
He did.
But I think looking now at the,
I
think he passes.
I'd look at it and be like, that's in rough shape.
yeah,
Unless they said, hey, we want you. We got this guy, and this guy. I'm like, oh, well,
so like
maybe.
AEW is obviously is tasty.
Yeah, he definitely can go to EW for sure.
I think they would sign him.
I
For
would,
sure.
but
Yeah,
I
you
would
can
be
never
like-
have enough of those weird, wacky, dark gimmicks.
I would look at my character as Woken Matt Hardy or Broken Matt Hardy and be like, would I fit in with AEW? And I would look at that roster, just this is me personally, and I would say, you have your what do they call it? The Dark Order.
Dark Order.
There you go.
Now you have your Triple B team, the Bunny Butcher.
The baker, the candlestick
Yeah.
maker.
Yeah,
Blade.
Bunny
Alright.
is so hot though.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she's so sexy.
There's a lot of dark,
Darby Allin.
Darby Allin,
Joey Janela.
There's a lot of dark.
Well, you also have
characters.
Brandy's thing now, too, with Kong,
Yeah.
where they're like a cult.
They're like a.
I love
voodoo-
Brandy and God, that was so hot.
Yeah.
That segment was so bad.
So I would look at that and be like, I don't know.
There's already a lot of different... Unless you make Matt Hardy the mastermind behind the Dark Order or something like that.
I don't-
that would be awesome. That'd be
still,
so cool.
It still doesn't. Now I look at once again going.
How
back to
funny
Impact.
would it be if they just totally recycled the old WWF higher power gimmick, but they actually have a good payoff where it's Matt
Yeah,
Hardy,
Hardy.
people would go
Yeah,
nuts.
now we're going to reveal the
But
high power.
they would
Back
have
when
to have a
Rock
good
comes out.
backup in case it didn't work, and they're like, "It's Marty.
It's
Marty's the higher power."
Gordon.
It's like, listen, Marty, if Matt signs, it's not going to be you. If it is, you have to be with the Dark Order. He's like, "Oh, fuck me."
I would look at just kind of going back to what I was saying before. I would look if I was the money is not super important. My creativity is important. I look at that Impact roster and it's fun.
And Impact's getting more risque, too, which maybe he'll be able to kind of open up a little bit.
There's really not a dark figure there. There's really not that.
He's more.
But there's a
He's
lot
more
of
wacky.
He'd be more wacky, supernatural,
wacky supernatural
thriller than
But
horror
like,
movie.
you would see like Broken Matt Hardy versus fucking Joey Ryan or fucking Broken Matt. There's so many different like. Impact is more indie-ish and like not kiddie, but like characters and weirdness and just like really fun things. I would 100% sign there. Like you got like RVD and Rhino are superstars right there now.
Yeah, it would all depend on how much bad blood there is from the last time.
Yeah.
That's what it really
That's
boiled
where I
down
would go.
to.
Because another big thing too is it's not even so much how he feels. His wife was apparently really hated in Impact. They hated her. Like all the
Yeah.
girls backstage
She was
hated
starting
her.
a lot of shit,
yeah,
though.
she started a lot of shit. So like. He might try, and then this might be like, listen, we don't want your wife to. And that, it's like, well, if my wife can't come, then I'm
Yeah,
not
because she's a
coming.
big
You know
part
what
of the
I mean? It's
broken
like,
universe.
Yeah.
I want all them characters back, and then I want Jeff too.
If I had to put money on it, I'd say he probably goes to
It seems
AEW.
like him and Jeff aren't on good terms.
Another because Jeff had his whatever was
He got
drinking.
arrested.
Because his wife and Jeff's girl are
Yeah,
like,
but I think that's
I hope they squashed it. 'Cause
Yeah.
you don't
I
want
hope
to see.
so,
You
too.
don't
I want
wanna see
Brother
a
Nero
family.
back. Well,
Yeah.
first like, he's getting beat down,
Yeah.
and wherever he goes, and it's like Brother Nero comes,
So
Here's the thing, though. WWE, especially because now they're afraid everyone's going to go to AEW, they're going to throw a lot of money at me.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, well, I know you're already okay with the money, but what if we double it? And Matt's going to be like, oh, maybe I don't care about being
Yeah.
Matt Hardy from 1998.
it all depends. Like
Broken Matt Hardy would not work in the WWE universe right now.
it would if you'd let it.
I don't know.
Bray
It
Wyatt,
would. Yeah, it would.
look at
It
Bray
would work.
Wyatt.
Yeah,
How ridiculous
if
is
Bray
the
Wyatt,
Fiend?
if he works, Broken Matt Hardy could work.
I just don't think they would have. They would give him creative for like Bray Wyatt.
Well,
has
well, that's
creative.
the problem. Vince McMahon doesn't want to give up that kind of control.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
I just think I think if Broken Matt Hardy goes to Impact, that's. I mean, I think Impact is competing with ratings when it comes to every other show.
No, I don't.
You don't think so?
No, I think
you
it's
don't
way
think
low.
the Broken
Yeah,
Matt Hardy character
No.
goes back and
They had him, and they didn't compete with ratings.
Yeah, I don't think so.
On a
On
stronger
Impact.
network. Yeah.
Yeah.
Broken Matt Hardy was like chanted in every arena around the world.
That
But
doesn't
that's,
mean
what,
ratings.
that's what they're saying, though. The ratings weren't even high when they had him.
yeah.
I mean, they were higher than for anything else, but they were like a fraction of what NXT and AEW were
yeah,
pulling.
they're way, especially at the channel at the time.
Yeah, especially with
they're a better
Access,
channel now.
Access doesn't even subscribe to Nielsen ratings. Like, we don't even know what their things are getting. But
that's true. I just think if I was Matt Hardy, that's where I would go.
I would love to see Matt in Impact. My guess is he probably signs with AEW, but I would not. He just had a third kid. I would not be shocked if he resigns with WWE. It's
Yeah,
hard.
money can talk.
Because this could be his last contract
Yeah.
ever. He's been injured.
It's just
he's
the
old.
the schedule,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you gotta look at like, well, what they really do with me this get the contract.
What if he
Not
goes down?
much.
What if he goes down to NXT?
That'd be better if
Yeah,
they let him.
that'd be
Yeah,
cool. Where
let
does
him
he
go.
actually live?
North Carolina.
North Carolina somewhere.
It's not terrible.
Not too far
No,
from
I
Florida.
mean,
Not too far.
like, but if I was him, I'd probably want the lesser schedule. So that's why AEW is really trying.
NXT
hey,
would
once
work
a
with
week.
a lesser schedule, too.
Yeah,
though,
NXT. If they let him do once a week and it's do house shows,
Broken Matt Hardy and Velveteen Dream.
yeah.
That would be interesting.
That'd be
even-
cool. I think
Would be
Dream's
interesting.
coming up, though.
Yeah,
The next
even
time
some-
they
Yeah.
call people up,
Yeah.
Dream's going.
Even
think
sometimes
so.
when he would wrestle the completely non-wacky characters, that's what makes it really good. Is you have such a straight character. That's
Adam Cole and Broken Matt Hardy.
Broken Matt versus Kenny Omega. Like, come on.
That'd be dope.
Yeah.
Especially if Kenny's like goes down the path where he keeps losing his shit.
Yeah, and
Like,
he
that'd
loses
be,
his
he becomes
mind.
cleaner. Yeah. Oh my god.
And then
he
he drives his car. He's like, "What's this?" And it's the compound
yeah,
or
dude,
whatever
that'd
they
be
call it.
awesome. I would love that so much.
That'd be fucking- that
That'd
would
be
be a
money.
lot.
And that's the quick out to change
And
someone's
Tony
character.
Khan is such a big mark that I'm sure he loves Matt Hardy.
Oh,
So if
yeah.
he
I
could sign
got
Matt
a little
I'm sure that
nervous.
Cody's on the
Yeah.
phone with him already.
I got a little nervous with how he got mentioned so much. I was like, is he going to be a character?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tony
he said
Khan.
in one of his press conferences that he will never be a character.
Yeah.
But then they also had a thing where Tony Khan
Yeah,
made
talk,
he closed the
Yeah.
door at
argument.
Moxley and all
Yeah.
that shit. Yeah.
No, but then I realized, oh no, they're at because they were at the University of Illinois this week, and that's where he went to college, and that's why they kept bringing him up.
Yeah. Well, that made sense. But anyway, I think he's going to go to AEW. I would like him there. But if he went to Impact, I'd be happy. I'd say
Yeah.
ROH, no way. And I think he doesn't resign, just based on how they use him this stuff.
Yeah. So then the last little story, I mean, I was going to dive into it, but I think we're getting a little longer here in the beginning. NXT year-end awards are up. We'll make a post about it, but go check. The post is up, right?
I put a
So
post up,
go
yeah.
check the page out. You can go to their website and vote for some things. Maybe we'll do
It's
our...
weird because I thought that's how it would be. You just go on the website and you could vote, but
Yeah.
apparently they want you to like use social media and hashtag who you want to win. It's like I'm not going through all that, dude.
No.
Just let me better vote.
Yeah,
on a little
they
fuck.
want you to be a billboard.
Yeah,
for
it's
them,
like Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Maybe we'll buy in and we'll fucking put our
A
things
little
up.
thing for a page, yeah. Because it's not bad. Me
Yeah.
and Brian both did it in the chat real fast. It was pretty fun.
I have to look at it. But the last little story we want to get into real quick before I get into that, we're gonna do the last takeover show and Survivor Series, but we're gonna do that after this. We're going to do our pro wrestling scorecards, but the pro wrestling scorecards things now is going to be a separate show.
Okay.
So we're gonna kind of, because I don't want like
Yeah.
I don't mind the shows going 2-3 hours, but I'm going to try to limit it. And then after this show is wrapped, we're going to do a pro wrestling scorecard show.
Yeah, because they're a little more easy to digest.
Yeah, and then we'll just kind of, and then that'll be like exclusive to pro wrestling scorecards. And,
Okay.
and that. So, so if you want to see who won the scorecards and what's going on with that, check out the show that we'll have up. It'll probably be the one right below this. But yeah, the last story here over the holidays is we had a little during Takeover. Corey Graves put a tweet out, pretty much criticizing Morrow's commentary. Morrow does struggle with bipolar disorder,
Yeah.
Anxiety and stuff, and he
There's
took
a documentary. It's on YouTube now. Bipolar Rock and Roll.
yeah, it's good.
He
Very
took it pretty serious. Didn't show up for Survivor Series. Didn't show up for
NXT.
NXT Takeover. Or I mean NXT the next night. and he was not in good shape. What they were saying backstage. The initial thing, and I mean, I'm kind of in the same boat here. When I first initially processed the story, I was like, man, if you are that fucking soft skin, this is not for you. And then I kind of took a step back because I always try to see things in two lights. Well, before I get into my take, what were your guys' initial?
I thought that, but I also think like. Well, then again, Corey Graves was saying he was trying to do an angle, and if that's the case, then somebody should have smartened Morrow up to it.
Yes,
and then like, hey, look, this is coming. It's don't take it personally.
It was the day before Survivor Series when all the brands are supposed to go against each other, so like I could see that angle just being run.
That makes sense.
But there's when you start an angle, what's the payoff?
Yeah.
Well, just announcers bickering.
Yeah, bickering. Yeah,
that would have been it.
So, I would have. Well, I would have went up tomorrow and said, "Tomorrow, what can I want to slam you or something?" Because you know how he is.
You know the situation. Everybody knows the situation.
It's like you want to go up and someone with a bad back and punch him in the back.
Yeah.
It's like, how you doing? You fuck. Like, you wouldn't do that because you know. So like people are like, well, maybe he shouldn't be able to take it, but maybe what commentating is what keeps him good.
Yeah.
I don't.
I look at it like this: if we kind of have different shows on this channel, and if one of you guys that are kind of you don't really apply to this, maybe kind of, but you pretty much work with almost everyone on this network because you're on two different shows. But if Tyler turns around and says, man, Steve on the other show, what a fucking idiot. I don't like the way he said this one take.
Let me tell you about that Ben.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I will tell you though, Steve is a piece of shit.
But like so Morrow has never really gotten criticism from outside sources that really got him to the point where he was rocked, like, I can't do my job.
Yeah.
So maybe he just didn't expect a pop shot coming from somebody in his own camp.
And it may have also been like that kind of unleashed a cavalcade of like people who don't like Morrow.
Yes.
That went at him on Twitter.
If some random...
Like, I don't like Morrow's commentary. That's very... I would never, like, troll him on Twitter over
you
it.
want to send him a message, you fucking asshole.
Yeah, no, I just... Yeah.
Like if some other podcast or platform or something, or someone who listens but don't like me and sit there and say, I don't like you, Tony, for this, and this reason. I'd say, you know what? You are 100% entitled to your opinion, and that's okay. Yeah. But if it's like someone on my own network is like going out and talking about me, I have a problem with that. Like, you're part of the team. You know what I mean? Like, so I can kind of see where that's where I kind of took it. Then I was like, oh, sorry. Where he was kind of like, well, what the fuck, bro? Like, we're working for the same team here. It's not like, like, I think if someone from NWA or AEW said he sucks, he'd be like, maybe I do, but I don't really care. But it's coming from his own camp.
The only thing, the only part I'm having a hard time, like, really understanding is he got that hurt that Corey just said that he didn't.
And he respects Corey.
He didn't let Nigel and Beth get enough words in edgewise. Like, that Morrow talks too much.
Yeah.
To me, that's not even a heavy criticism. That's that's like kiddie stuff. You know what I mean? That's like if after the show's over, I'm like, Tony, like, you know what I mean? Like, you didn't really let the rest of us talk today. Like, you know, I don't think that's a big enough thing for Tony to be like, well, not doing the show next week now. Yeah. See you guys. I'm deleting the Tornado tag page now. It's like, dude, all right, you're really overreacting right now.
But that is what manic depression is. That's the depressive side of manic depression.
Yeah.
Is your lows are unnaturally low.
Unnaturally low, yeah. And
it's hard to understand when you go through. Like, I don't go through it, so it's hard for me to understand. But
even like I mean, I'm not saying I'm anywhere close tomorrow, but like, I may annoy the fuck out of you guys in the group chat, but I'm always constantly brainstorming of how we can do something better or different, or are we being in it? Or, like, so I'm not always trying to change it. It's just in my brain, I'm just trying to think of things. That's why I'm always like, hey, does anyone have anything? Because I'm fucking driving myself crazy. You know what I mean? Like, he takes it super seriously, you know? Yeah. And I think when it comes from his own camp, I think could be what bothered him. But
totally.
I'm not going to dwell on it because he did come back, and I'm glad he's okay.
Yeah, he called a fight over the weekend, and he was back in NXT this week. He was like very adamant that he come back this week. He was ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's back.
Playing footsies with Andy here.
I like Morrow.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes he's a little too over the top.
I like footsies.
Yeah.
And his references are a little too much, but
But yeah, I'm glad he's back. I'm glad he's okay, because mental health is a bitch, and once you do dip into a low, it is very, very hard to get yourself back out of it. From personal experience. So let's get into our awards, because I think some of these can go. These can go long.
Say how we're going to do it first.
So we have awards that we're going to do. We're going to do 3 awards every week from now until the end of the year. So tonight we're gonna do the Women's Wrestler of the Year. Now these are we don't have an official name yet, but we're just calling them the TTP awards.
I like the TTs.
The TTs. These are the TTs. These are the TTs. I like that too. So the Women's Wrestler of the Year we're gonna go over, the Tag Team of the Year, and the biggest disappointment of the year. And next week we're gonna do Breakout Star of the Year, Feud of the Year, and TV Show of the Year. The week after that, most underused or underrated superstar of the year, promotion of the year, pay-per-view or event of the year. And then the last week of we're going to do moment of the year, match of the year, men's wrestler of the year.
And a moment could be a promo. It could just be like just a moment in time. It could be anything.
Yes. Now, the way we're going to do this is we're all going to put our list out, and then we're going to do a scoring system.
Yep.
So if... Does it go by
first, second, third? We're going to do first. Everybody's going to have their winner. They're going to have their second place, their third place.
So, example for women's thing, if we all say Bailey, she gets what?
She gets 5 points.
5 points at the first place. It's, second place, you get 3 points. Third place, you get 2 points.
So where you rank them, and they get
where
points.
you rank them as an individual. Like everybody's going to make their own picks. We're going to add them all up.
Yeah, we're going to add them all up.
And we're going to see who has an overall winner.
Her overall ad would be.
So do you want me to just kind of start it off here?
Well, the only thing too is if we. The one thing I will allow too.
Let's just say we did announcer of the year, and everyone picked Morrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we won't.
Yeah. Well, okay. There, explain that.
But no. We will allow changes to your list as well.
Yeah. If you want to make amendments.
So say if like moment of the year, you say one, I'm like.
Oh, that should make.
I fucking forgot about that moment.
Well, what we should do is I think everybody should give theirs, and then we'll just at the very end we'll say, does anybody want to change anything?
Yeah.
I think that's a good way to do it.
All right, cool. So we'll start with Women of the Year, and this idea was brought by you, Brian. It was
it's all me, damn it.
Yeah, he did it all.
I did it all.
Actually, before we start this, you want to do the game?
Yeah, if you want to.
Let's do the game. Let's do the game quick. All right. So now we know what we're getting into.
Okay.
I don't want to do the game last. Let's do the game first.
So
Brian.
yeah,
on the topic of Brian killing it, this is Brian's game. He has.
So everybody here is familiar with The Price is Right, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Is anybody here familiar with the website Cameo.com?
Yes.
No.
So you can go on Cameo and you can pay a celebrity to leave a
I do know.
voicemail or
Okay,
whatever.
now I know.
Like a little video message for you. I actually got this for somebody. A friend of mine is a big Atlanta Falcons fan, and they grew up with Jamal Anderson as a running back. And for Christmas last year, I got him a shout out from Jamal Anderson.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And he
That's a
loved
cool
it.
gift.
Yeah, it's
It's like his childhood hero. Yeah, and he's like,
We're gonna pay for one for this show.
so these are different wrestling personalities.
Hope it's Katie Forbes.
Oh my god, I would love Katie Forbes.
We could pay her like
Katie Forbes have
$200 to
big
do a twerk video. Oh god.
We're all chipping in. We got to do the belt first.
Well, people do customs. You can
Yeah.
always have somebody do a custom.
Oh my.
Katie, real quick. Katie Forbes liked like 4 of our tweets, and Rob Van Dam liked one of our Instagram posts.
Wow,
She
nice.
reposted my picture, which was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, so great.
Like she,
It was,
it's on
it
her
was a
Instagram.
pervy picture.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
But that she gets the gimmick.
It paid off. She's so hot.
Okay, anyway.
So I'm going to give everybody the name of a wrestling personality that is on Cameo. You're going to give me what you think they charge for this.
Oh.
And closest dollar wins.
Closest without going over.
Yeah.
Price is Right
You know
rules.
how so if we did this candle, Price is Right, and I said it's $15, then you say 10, he says 12, and it's 13, he wins.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And we'll skip who goes first just to make it fair, because the last person to go has an advantage, because if you think the other people overbid, you say $1 and you win.
Okay.
So we'll just go around the circle. I'll start with Andy for the first one.
Okay.
Andy, how much do you think Mark Henry would charge for a video shout out on Cameo, personalized? He'd be like, "Hey, Andy."
He can't be that much, Mark Henry.
Mark, the world's
Yeah,
strongest
but
man.
What's Mark Henry done in?
He's on Busted Open.
Yeah, but other than that, I'd say Mark Henry is no more than $100. So $100.
$100, Tony.
I will say he's $50.
$50. Tyler.
$1.
$1.
I think he's. This is gonna be way too much. Let me say 150.
150.
I was gonna go 200. My gut was like say 200, but I think that's too much.
You're closest,
Yeah.
so you still win.
And the first point goes to Tony.
Oh,
$80.
Ah, how about it?
$80. Everybody else went over.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was closest to without going over.
all right.
Yeah, see, Andy was the closest,
But he went
Andy
over.
went over.
Yeah.
Okay.
without going over.
So with this one, Tony, since we're going in the circle here,
Yep,
you
I'll
will be
start.
going first. current WWE superstar Humberto Carrillo.
Oh God.
Which I hate that name. I know it's ethnic.
I would pay for him not to ever send me a video.
Yeah.
If I could be like, can you make sure he never
Mark
sends me anything,
Henry,
please?
$80.
Yeah, that's a good kind of where it would.
Humberto is 60.
Tyler.
Jesus, he should do it for free.
There was somebody I'd never heard of. He was like a jobber on Velocity once, and he's $5. We should get Andy on camera.
Yeah.
How much did you say?
I said $60.
60.
What is Ellsworth?
I'll say he does it for.
He was 20 for a while.
He does it for $50.
Humberto is 50.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 30 for him.
30.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get a new name, pal.
Okay. Nobody gets the point. You're all over.
Wow.
It was 25.
Oh, wow.
25.
Wow.
That's
respectable.
All of a sudden next week, this is Humberto Carrillo. You're listening to the Tornado Tag Podcast.
You read my mind.
So up next, a WWE Hall of Famer.
Okay.
We brought up Matt Hardy earlier. How about Lita?
Lita.
Ooh, I would love to get a video from her.
Tyler, you're going first.
Let's say
There's nothing scantily clad about this. Just Lita giving you a shout out. Personalized.
if Mark Henry is going to do it for 80,
Yeah.
Lita would probably do it for let's say 70.
70. Andy.
I'm gonna go lesser. I'm gonna put Lita right around 50.
50.
Yeah.
I'm going to... Obviously, women don't get paid more than men. So I'll go a full half off $40.
$40.
That's probably.
And the point goes to Tyler.
Whoa.
$100 for Lita.
Wow.
Wow, good for her.
I mean, out of everyone we named so far, she's the only one I'd want to hear like a personal message from.
Yeah.
And we're back to Andy here. Hall of Famer in any respect of the imagination.
Virgil.
Don't look at my paper.
That was.
I know. Road Warrior Animal.
Whoa.
Oh God.
Wow. I mean, it's not Hawk.
No.
Hawk was
That would be amazing if it was Hawk.
Hawk
I would
is
be
going to talk to you
surprised.
through a poltergeist.
Yeah.
through a Ouija board.
Well,
Tell him, Hawk. It's like
I'm talking from the great beyond.
What a
like a Ouija
rush.
Yeah.
W-E-E-E-E-E-E-E.
So, am I going first?
Yes,
So
animal.
it's animal. $25.
$25. Tony.
60.
Hang on, my pen's not working.
I'm going to say the animal's really greedy and he wants $100.
The animal's
Maybe
greedy.
for both of them. You know, if they were both alive.
And the point goes to Andy. We have a
Whoa.
three-way tie.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Everybody else busted. Road Warrior Animal is $50.
That was close. Wow. That was
You
really
were
close.
you were the closest, but you went over. Do you have a pen, by the way? This one's like not working for me. Don't worry about it. We'll make it work.
There might be one in that
We'll make it work.
Yeah.
The next one, recently returned to Impact Wrestling. The first person to win the NWA title in old TNA wrestling, the world's most dangerous man, Ken Shamrock. Tony, it's you.
He has name value. I'll say that.
$50.
Yeah.
$50.
That's what I would probably say too. Fuck.
You could go 49. You can go 51 if you want to really.
Just fuck with Tony.
Yeah.
Fuck me over.
$49.50.
I'll say he does it for 51.
51. Andy.
I'm gonna go higher because it's Ken Shamrock. People know him. I'm gonna go 75.
75.
Bob, give me 75.
He's 65 years old, still trying to wrestle, though,
Yeah.
so.
Is he 65? He can't be that old.
No, he's like 50 something. He
Okay.
looks
He's in his
incredible
50s.
though.
Yeah.
No one gets the points. $40.
Wow.
Everybody went over.
Wow.
Damn it.
It's going to be like a sudden death. Next one wins.
So now we're going to Tyler going first. I only have 10 of these.
Let's hear this next
We're
one.
not going to go forever. Another Hall of Famer, Jerry the King Lawler.
So I paid, I think, $25 for an autograph.
From Jerry Lawler?
I'm helping you out, yeah. At it wasn't Outbreak at the time. I guess it was.
Yeah, AXW. I don't forget. Yeah.
It was Outbreak at the time because it was at the field house.
I feel like he needs a lot of money because he keeps getting in trouble legally for
Yeah.
all of his scandally clad,
Likes his young girls.
endeavors. Yes, he likes his young women.
And this Coca-Cola stuff.
Yeah.
So, Jerry King Lawler will send you a personalized video for $70.
$70. Andy.
Jeez.
Tony's over here cheating. He's Googling.
I'm
answers.
like, yeah.
There's no
yeah.
cameo
What is
right
a
now.
cameo? and he gets the Word Up song. Word Up. I'm gonna go.
It's Humberto Carrillo.
I'm gonna go 50. This is
$50.
Humberto Carrillo. You're listening to Cameo. Word up by Cameo.
Why does Tyler hit me so?
Yeah. Don't.
I'm gonna go $40.
$40.
Bum 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 bum.
Point to Tyler.
Wow.
$70.
Wow.
The closest, the overall price, the correct price was $100.
Wow.
New rule, by the way, you get 2 points if you get it exactly right.
Wow. Okay.
That
Okay.
makes sense.
But right now, Tyler is ahead. 2-1-1. Close game. And Andy, we're back to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's another Hall of Famer. It's DDP.
It's me. It's DDP. I think it'd be somewhat reasonable, but
I do,
kind
too.
of high. I mean, it wouldn't be over 100, so I'm gonna put DDP at $60.
$60. Tony.
I'm gonna go $70.
$70. Tyler.
I think it's 75, something like that.
75. Everybody went bust. $50.
Wow.
Good for
Wow.
DDP.
Good for DDP.
Good for him.
Dude, he is rolling the money because
Yeah.
DDP. Dude,
Oh
he
yeah,
don't do it.
yeah.
Now we're going to head again to the active roster. We're
Okay.
going back to Tony, and this is one half of the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Big E.
Ooh.
He'd probably send you some weird ass shit.
Yeah.
You know. His video would be worth it.
Ooh, baby.
Be juggling,
50
juggling his
bucks.
tits.
$50.
Oh boy.
See, I'm thinking higher.
I'm gonna say $40.
$40.
I'm gonna go way high. $85.
$85. I would have went 51. That way you can
Drew Carey, give me $85.
point to Andy Header.
Whoa!
$125.
Whoa! Wow.
You should get the whole new day for that.
Andy 2, Tyler 2, Tony 1, but you get to go first, Tony. We're going back to the WWE Hall of Fame. We're going to get on a train. It's going to be a train.
I thought that was Ice Train.
It's not a Hall of Fame.
$25.
$25 for the Godfather.
I wouldn't pay anything more than that.
Tyler.
Well, he was Papa Shango.
He was Papa
And
Shango.
Kama the Supreme
He
Fire
was the
Machine.
soul taker.
I'll pay more money if he paints his face.
Papa Shango.
I want to go 40.
$40.
Papa Shango. So what did Tony say? 30? 40?
25. Tony said 25. Tyler said 40.
But then I'll say 30.
30.
You can't be that much. I can't.
Well,
Watch me.
we did have a tie here for a second between Tyler and Andy. That tie is broken because
Whoa.
Tyler just picked up 2 points. $40.
Wow, leave it out.
Wow.
With a commanding 4-2-1 lead.
Nice.
Light it at a fatty for this pimp daddy.
Dude, if you said that in the video, that'd be worth it,
Yeah.
dude.
But Tyler does have to go first on this one.
I do know Tanner from 10-8 Round. He paid their biggest joke wrestler that they always make jokes about, like saying, "Oh my god, he was our favorite," was Gangrel.
Okay.
And I guess they always just say Gangrel is a fucking tool and stuff.
Dude,
so
he has the best entrance music.
See,
Yeah,
my
Bruce
guy
entrance
like
was
that, I got a
great.
picture with him, but he wasn't in the gimmick that I'm with it. Like I love him with.
the Repo Man.
Yeah.
yeah.
I got a picture with Smash, but he wasn't the Repo. If he was Repo Man, I would have paid top dollar.
Yeah, so they got one of these cameos, and he goes, I think it was for Joe, our buddy Joe, Joe, heard you been talking shit, and he's driving in his car. He's not even looking at the camera. He's Joe, you've been talking shit, and I'm gonna fuck you up or something weird.
The guy who's really got an industry on that, Scott Stein, he's not on the list here, but Scott Steiner's on Cameo. I think it's $100.
Yeah.
That's
and
worth
he'll
it.
just yell at people I heard you used to be a fat ass.
Dude, Tony Schiavone does some really weird ones, yo. He was
does,
rapping
yeah.
some song eat her pussy, eat her pussy. I was like, yo, Tony, please, let's calm down here, man.
Relax, Siobhan.
I was
That's
Jesus.
Tony Reed's rap.
Yeah. I was like, okay.
So we have 3 left. So
Okay.
we got it. Tyler is in very good position here. He's ahead by 2. The Great Khali.
Oh,
God. Is this Indian dollars?
$15.
They should
How many rupees?
They should pay you.
I think Great Khali,
I want to thank you
50.
$50.
I'm gonna say 25, and that's
25.
if he gets 25, that's a robbery.
I'm gonna say 19.
19.
Yeah.
Are you looking at my paper? $50.
Wow.
6
Wow,
points.
wow.
Tyler has won. Tyler has won. If you want to stop the game now, we can.
Who
or
would
we can do
pay-
two more for fun.
Who else is on the list?
$50 for that.
Tommy Dreamer is on the list.
Well, that'd be a fun one to get.
Well, let's just guess it anyway. I'm gonna say
go ahead.
Tommy's about 40.
I would say 40 as well. I don't think he needs the money very well. I would say $45.
Oh, shit. I'll say 39.
It's 40. And
No.
he got it
Nice.
exactly. So actually, I was wrong. This game is not over. Andy can tie.
Yeah.
If he gets this one exactly
Oh,
right.
okay.
Cool,
All right.
cool.
So who do we got?
It's like the G1.
We're going back to the Hall of Fame. and this is a big time Hall of Famer. Bret the Hitman Hart.
That's the one I'd want.
And who goes first?
Tony goes first. Even though he's out, Tony goes first.
$65.
$65. $80.
I'm going higher.
Andy,
so,
for the win.
so I'm gonna say,
Or for the tie,
I'm
rather.
gonna say 100.
Oh, you were so close.
Oh, really?
You get a point.
Ugh.
$125.
I was gonna say 125.
So it's
I'd like to
Tyler
say-
6, Andy 5, Tony 1.
Do you think if you paid him to say, oh, I got everything I deserved at WrestleMania?
he would turn it down?
I was not
Survivor
the best.
Series was a work.
Yeah.
I screwed me.
I was not the best wrestler in 1997.
Shawn Michaels is the greatest wrestler of all time.
No, he would decline that.
He is the
cameo.
best there is, the
would-
best
he
there
would definitely
was,
turn that
the
down.
best there ever will be. I got exactly what I deserved. in
I am
Survivor
very
Series.
bitter.
I am a very bitter man.
For $125, I doubt it.
Yeah, I was gonna say 125. I should have said, oh well.
Bad. It's
Okay.
fine.
And the best spear I've ever
It's a fun game.
And the best spear I've ever received in my life came at the
Bill Goldberg is a very safe and trusting worker.
yeah, the best spear I've ever gotten in my entire life was at the Hall of Fame. Bill Goldberg, you're a pussy.
Bill Goldberg's going to be on the Broken Skull
Yeah,
session.
that's-
I know, that'd be interesting.
I have no. I don't
yeah,
care.
I have no idea.
I don't.
I
I
have
don't.
The
give a
Undertaker
sh-
one was a lot of fun.
I don't give a shit about what anything Goldberg says.
Me
ever.
either. I don't.
All
Why
right.
does everybody hate Goldberg so much? Was it because he's too into himself?
Boring.
Maybe that. I never really liked him as a wrestler.
Yeah.
And the whole thing where he kind of wasn't a fan of wrestling, so I'm like, I see right through you.
Yeah.
he's like the Ultimate Warrior.
Kind of like they would say about Lex Luger,
Right.
Too. But I respect Lex Luger more than I respect Bill Goldberg.
Yeah.
Goldberg was
Lex Luger's at the point now where he's kind of underrated, which is weird.
Goldberg was WCW's Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
For sure.
Guy who
100%.
couldn't work. He couldn't cut promos though. I mean, Warrior could at least
better
make
than
no
the Warrior,
sense.
I think.
But yeah,
The Warrior at least had an original thought in
and he
his
was
brain.
creative. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it made no sense.
And he had a cool look.
Yeah,
Bill Goldberg just like a jacked up.
but the
Stone
same
Cold
thing.
Steve
It was
Austin.
all about the entrance. And once the match started, it was like,
And then William
keep it
Regal
quick.
exposed.
yeah, keep it quick for
All
both
right.
of them.
So we're at our TTs, the TT,
TT
awards.
awards.
The TT awards.
The TTs.
So
Which one would you like to give out first?
We'll do
big
women.
ones.
Let's do women.
Women.
Two big ones.
The women's TT awards.
Women's TTs.
Oh my!
Already, this name is a terrible idea.
Should we go?
That's why I said the TTs.
Yeah.
Do you want to go one? Do you want to give them all at once, or do you want to say like?
Are we going 3 through 1 or
Well,
1?
yeah, actually,
Yeah,
let's,
that's what
let's
I'm
all go
saying.
around the table and give our third place.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right. So my third place, and this was tough for me, man, because I was gonna pick this person as on my list, but I feel like her run, the one I wanted to pick, her run hasn't been a year-long run that made her worth the spot. And this person has done it for the full year. I'm going to go with Shayna Baszler at my number 3.
Oh, okay.
Shayna Baszler's actually my number 3 as well.
Shayna Baszler, all right.
Yep.
My,
I think we're gonna be very
my number
similar.
3. My number 3 is Tessa Blanchard.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have like these names that are close. So I'm actually going a little bit different because I didn't really factor in Shayna. I could change that, but I think the person who done the most that's not like super over. So number 3, Io Shirai.
Okay.
All right, yeah.
The,
Good pick.
another person
Probably
I was,
the best worker in
Oh,
WWE's
my
whole
God,
umbrella.
yeah.
Another person I
Maybe
was
the best
really
worker women's in the world.
kicking around for the third spot just because I feel like her year has been very good. She got her character changed. She's the first ever all Grand Slam champion
I
for
was gonna
women.
have Bayley number 3 as
Bayley
well.
is. I was.
Okay, yeah.
It was tough, but I honestly think that Shayna Baszler has followed some excellent matches this year in the women's division against opponents who you didn't think were going to be that good of matches, and they went out and almost not stole the show, but almost stole the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was tough. I was very heavily leaning Bayley, but I went with Shayna.
So we're going up to number 2 now. Let's go back around the table, Tony.
My number 2 is Tessa.
Tessa, all right.
Yeah, I think Tessa had a great year, and if she caps it off with the
world title?
with the world
Yeah.
title,
Yeah.
it's gonna be it's gonna be hard to say otherwise. But I still think my number 1 is a dead set, hard to beat.
I had Tessa number 2 as well. I think me and Tony probably the same exact 3.
Yep.
Mine are reversed.
My number 2 is Shayna Baszler, so we're kind of flipped over. My
Yeah.
number 2 is Shayna Baszler. And Andy.
My number 2 is Becky because she started off great and then floundered off.
Yeah.
So it was like, meh, meh.
She floundered, but I think her
After WrestleMania.
Her high was so high.
Yeah, her high was very high.
So,
yeah.
so let's just. I have Becky number 1. Do you have?
So I have Becky as number 1
All
as
right,
well.
Yeah, my number 1's
Yep.
Tessa
I had Becky
because
as
she's
well,
kind of like getting larger than women's wrestling.
I agree.
Whereas Becky kind of is still really huge, but she's still a women's wrestler.
Like Tessa's so good that they're trying to model Bailey off her. In my opinion,
In which way?
yeah.
her ring gear, her
Well,
look.
no, I think Tessa looks way better than.
But I mean, like how
non-face.
Tessa
I mean,
was wearing that gold with the diamond.
oh, but
yeah.
that's.
I feel like that's just generic woman's
like
wear.
how many wrestlers wear red and black?
Yeah.
I mean, Becky went out. She got her nose broke. Had the biggest push.
No,
of
was
her-
that this year?
Yeah.
That was last year. That was November.
it? I thought she did it
The
right
bloody
at the.
nose
I thought
was
she did it
November.
right at the beginning of the year.
It was Survivor Series.
oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
But I mean, all right. So she.
But
came,
that was the rocket, and then it just
Yeah,
took off.
yeah.
And then she goes into Mania, and she
she
beats.
main events Mania. Which
She
Yeah.
beats the Rookie of the Year in Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
She wins 2 belts. She
So
carries.
arguably, you could have had Ronda.
You could have
Rousey on
Ronda,
this
yeah.
list, 'cause
Ronda could have been.
from-
But she only wrestled really 2 matches.
Yeah, but I mean
Yeah.
from January to March,
Yeah.
yeah.
March.
I think
That's
after-
why she wasn't on my list. I thought
Exactly.
about it. I
Yeah.
thought about Bailey.
last year. Last year's list, Ronda was number
would have been
one.
Yeah.
first. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think she actually was like 2018's like women's wrestler of the year. For
Yeah, I think PWI gave her,
bullshit,
yeah.
Yeah, so I would.
The new PWI women's, I think, is out,
The female 50 or whatever.
or it might be only digital so far. Yeah, you should buy that because I like looking.
Yeah.
I don't think
It's
Io
pretty cool.
Shirai even made their list.
What that one?
Yeah.
Or no,
The PWI 50?
Kyrie Zane didn't make
Kairi
the list,
Sane
and they
didn't make the
apologized.
list.
I was gonna say, oh yeah, they forgot
Yeah.
about her.
Yeah. Io, listen.
How did you forget?
The first time they
Io's-
did the men's, they forgot the Undertaker in the 500.
Yeah, I think Io Shirai.
I believe it's PWI top women's 100. I believe.
Yeah, Io Shirai is definitely going to fall into that rising star one. Mm-hmm. Where
And so is Rhea Ripley.
yeah, and Rhea Ripley. It's going to be tough
Yeah.
not to pick those two.
So just to tabulate everything, third place, Shayna Baszler, 7 points. Second place, Tessa Blanchard, 13 points. And the TT goes to Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch,
The Turner to Tech podcast.
The man wins the best women's award.
Yeah.
That's how it always is. Like, remember when Caitlyn Jenner?
Well,
when
actually, what was it?
she became the man of the year?
Yeah.
I was like,
And,
wow.
actually, a little
The
premature
woman's
there.
of the
Did
year,
anybody
sorry.
want to change any of their votes? 'Cause I seem like we're all pretty solid.
I'm
cool with mine. The only one
Yeah,
that I was
cool.
really stuck on would be my
three.
number 3 with Shayna.
All right.
All right, so we have this one. I may make a change. This one I was kicking around a lot of different things, and I think Austin in the chat may have swayed me. But tag team division. So,
Okay.
so
you want to
we'll
start somewhere different? You want to start with
Yeah,
Tyler?
sure.
Yeah, start with your third.
Number,
number
three
three.
for me was the Viking Raiders.
Okay.
They were they are the Raw Tag Team Champions. They never lost in NXT. They've never lost on Raw so far, I don't believe, at least not clean that I'm aware of. So to me, it makes them number 3. I would put them higher if they had actually like more high profile matches, but they're always squashing people, so I can't put them that high. They're not on a lot of pay-per-views, so they come in number 3 for me.
My number 3 might be low for some people. I think they get penalized a lot because they didn't really wrestle a whole lot this year. My number 3 is the Young Bucks.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't think they're gonna make my list
Yeah.
because they wrestled 6-mans. And
I have my number 2 is I have
three.
a slash here for my 2, and it's between
really?
between them and another. I'm really debating if I even want to put them on the list.
yeah,
I'm being honest.
they're not making my list
Who's
because they
your
didn't
three,
wrestle
Andy?
much. I'm gonna go with Revival. They were
Revival?
like 2 or 3 time tag team champions.
They were
this
the
year.
Raw Tag Team Champions and the SmackDown.
Yeah, so they're up
Champions.
and
I
down.
thought about them.
So I'm gonna go Revival for number 3.
That's a good pick.
I mean, tag teams is hard because
It's hard.
Yeah.
I mean, AW has all the tag teams, but they really haven't done much yet. New Japan, NXT,
Yep.
WWE.
Yeah,
I thought
would-
about Gorillas of Destiny. I didn't put them on.
Yeah,
Yeah, same with me. I thought about them, but I was like,
I got
New
my-
Japan's tag division just so like, ugh, who cares?
It's really like World Tag
Yeah.
League's going on right now. I don't care.
I haven't watched one
Me
match
either.
from it,
I don't
and that's
care.
crazy because the junior division I watch every match.
Yeah.
The G1 I watch
G1 every
match,
single
you know what
match.
I mean?
Yeah, the
but
World Tag League. I'm like, I'm
like, yep,
taking a break.
exactly.
Tony, who's your number 3?
My number 3 is going to be the Viking Raiders.
Viking. All right.
Yep. Same reason he said. I don't think they have a clean loss, and they are doing a lot of squash matches, but they're putting work in.
They are.
Yeah,
Had some really good matches in NXT. If you're going to look at it like from
Oh, great matches in NXT. I
War
wish
games.
they were the same as they were in NXT, where they were so highly valued. But
Yeah,
they kind of came in with like a flat footing when they came out as the Viking experience. And
Yeah,
everyone was like, "What?"
And then
the
they changed
shit?
it again.
Yeah.
to the whatever. And
Oh,
they changed
my
again,
goodness.
and then again.
My number 2 though is the Revival.
Revival?
I have them because same things we just said. They were the Raw Tag Team Champions. I think they held them for like 3 months. Then they got shipped over to SmackDown, became the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Have had great matches. Were
man,
Undisputed Era had a great match with them.
Wow, that was phenomenal, yeah.
you're killing me with this number 2, man.
All right, my number 2 is the Lucha Bros.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
I think of the AEW
I-
tag teams.
I didn't even think of that.
They're the ones that I wanted to kind of.
I'm gonna have to probably change at the very end because they have to be on my list somewhere. I didn't even
Okay.
think about them.
that so
I guess if you had a top 5.
yeah. So who would your number 2 be?
I didn't even think about them, but they're really good. But they're in a place that sucks, so that's why no one sees them. I'm gonna go with the Briscoes.
I knew he was going to say them, boys.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. My number 2 is battling between the Bucks and the Lucha Bros. Lucha Bros can really only say for this year the AAA title has been their marquee.
Their main title, yeah.
And that big ladder match with the Bucks.
If we're going kayfabe, which I know we're not, it's not. It's
whatever you want it to be.
But it's hard not to say the Revival. Two tag team divisions in each one.
Revival?
I'm going to go Revival. Which is crazy to think the Bucks and Lucha Bros aren't in there. But yeah, I'm going to have to go Revival.
I'm kind of following the same line as you, where I want to put Lucha in there, but it's just like, who would I can't take out Revival. I can't take out the Viking Raiders, so I guess they just don't make it.
And who's your number 1?
My number 1 is the Undisputed Era.
Undisputed Era?
Yep.
I'm right there with them.
I think they've had so many classic matches,
I'm
like
gonna pee real quick.
takeovers. They've held the NXT titles. It feels like I know they've won them twice in 2019.
Well, one time was Roddy and
Yeah, once was Roddy and Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah.
My number 1 is also the Undisputed Era. O'Reilly and Strong.
Yeah.
Andy?
that's what I'm going with. And
All right.
Bobby Fischer's hurt now again because he wasn't even
he
on
hurt his neck.
NXT,
apparently.
and they
That was
even
a
mentioned
concussion.
him.
Yeah.
Oh, was it? Wow, jeez.
Maybe it is his neck. Hopefully it's...
Poor guy, he gets hurt a lot.
He gets hurt a lot. It sucks.
I know
And he's older
the
too.
oldest
Yeah,
of
he's
all.
older.
It's
Yeah.
like, ugh.
So yeah, clean sweat. Anybody want to change
No,
anything here?
the Evil Sonata. No,
The Lucha Bros really made me ponder for a second because like they're
Yeah.
such a great tag
Yeah.
team, but it seems like everyone that went to AEW, they haven't had a lot of matches because they weren't able. Like, I mean, the
Wrestle
Lucha
as
Bros are
much.
allowed to work in Mexico, but
yeah,
You know, I don't really
that.
know,
And mainly Phoenix was their champion,
the world champ, yeah.
So that was across the board. Everybody's number 1. The Tag Team of the Year for the TT Awards is the Undisputed Era.
No, how about
It is Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. Second place goes to the Revival. Third place goes to the Viking Raiders. Wow, WWE clean sweep
Yeah,
of
how
the
about
Yeah,
Jags.
and tag teams too. That's
I
crazy.
don't think that's going to happen in the second annual TTs.
No.
I think
No,
AEW is
probably
going to
not.
look a lot better.
Oh, yeah, for
when,
sure.
When
They got
we do this
everybody,
again in the
for
year.
sure.
It's I don't know, tag team. Everyone seems to struggle with tag team except for AEW. I mean, they have them all. Look at Cookin here.
NWA for like a stint of a rosters they have, they did a great job.
Yeah, I
with,
think they'll get a couple more, especially after this pay per view.
Yeah, hopefully.
After
With
this
the,
pay per view, and the next set of tapings, they're going to sign a bunch of people. Hopefully, I'm one of them. But New Japan, that's where their tag division sucks. It's Guerrillas of Destiny, Evil Sonata, and that's it. It was showing yo.
So this one's a little bit different. I think this is where we might actually have the change come in. Everybody had the Undisputed Era, but
Yeah, it's crazy because they can switch any members and be successful.
Yeah.
And it really is not like, man, I missed that one guy on the team because he's like they could just do that. Just going to the tag team thing, it's non-kayfabe, non-yearly accomplishments. If it comes to just behind the scenes, I mean the Bucks.
oh yeah,
they changed the
Still a
game
good
For
company,
sure.
yeah.
They made tag team wrestling cool again.
Yeah.
So it's hard not to have them on the list, but I think with as kayfabe comes,
Right.
for how much work they put in, they're secretly putting other people over.
Yeah.
And they didn't need it.
And you stepped out when I said it, because number 1, number 2, number 3 are all WWE teams. That's going to look a lot different when
Yeah.
we do these 2020 awards. It's going to look a lot different. You're going to have a lot of AEW representation there.
And Lucha Bros don't really need it either. So they're going out there and helping people get over.
Yeah, which they need.
Yeah.
Right now.
Which was hard to do in that match with Pentagon and
Oh my god, dude! I seen people trying to defend that, saying, "Oh well, Christopher Daniels botched that moonsault on purpose because he's trying to sell the neck." I'm like, he wouldn't land a square on his face. First
I
off,
don't-
that's not.
I mean-
so if it was a work, then he botched the work, which is
Yeah.
even worse. And then the spear that hit Pentagon with was the worst spear I've ever seen in my life. I was like, dude, holy shit!
it was a bad.
It was bad, dude. It was bad.
I think Christopher Daniels are gonna eventually he's gonna stop wrestling.
I think so,
Like,
yeah.
this is like
Especially
his
as like
last
that talent
little run.
relations thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
So the final category for this first phase of the awards, and this one's a little different because it doesn't have to be specifically a person. It could be just something.
This is the one I think where we're not going to have a lot probably in common.
Yeah,
we
this
might.
could be interesting.
But-
I got my disappointment of the year.
Disappointment of the year, Andy. I don't want to go first since I'm kind of like trying to
okay.
moderate.
The
here.
moderator, yeah.
Yeah,
It's all right.
Your number 3 disappointment of the
My
year.
disappointment of the year is Ring of Honor.
Is that not your first, second, third, or?
Oh, that's my
Number
first
3.
one. Sorry.
Oh.
Shit. Well, that's
Spoiler
my first one.
alert.
I know. I was at the show. So my third one
It's a
will
good one.
be.
I'm about to change something here.
Let me see here.
That is a good one too.
Yeah.
That's a really good one, Andy.
My third one. Let's say so. If that's,
Yeah, honestly, I didn't even think that far.
If we can come back to you.
Yeah,
we can come back to you if you have to think.
yeah,
about it.
yeah. Come back to me.
So mine is my biggest disappointment. I know this isn't. I have a slash here, but Mine was Mania. Was too predictable.
Number 3,
Okay.
Mania.
It was going into WrestleMania, which is the biggest pay-per-view of the year. You pretty much knew every single person was walking out of that match with the title. It was just absolutely predictable.
So my number 1 and 2 are 2 and 3 are different. I can go now.
Okay, good. You're number 3.
So my number 3, it's interchangeable. Is no Women's Evolution pay-per-view.
Oh,
And that was a bummer. That
Yeah.
was a fun pay-per-view.
Yeah, I thought that was their best pay-per-view they had.
didn't
that
have
year.
good ticket sales, but it was
Yeah.
fun to watch. It was better than Crown Jewel.
They could have ran it a full sell and had all the girls
and the
from
crowd
our
was
rosters. Yeah, they
are
were so
Philly.
hot for it.
Don't do the big one, do a small one. The people went nuts.
Yep.
Yep. My number 3 was the WWE draft. I think the draft
a good one.
was so bad.
very good one.
It didn't even like they made this whole rule. Of, okay, the wild card's dead now, and then 2 weeks later, like everybody's on every show because
Yeah.
Survivor Series, and it's like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my number 3, Paul Heyman's Raw. Like, people hear
Yeah.
Paul Heyman was going to be taking charge of Raw, and I'm not just going to say Paul Heyman because you don't know how much it was Vince overexerting and the usual WWE stuff, but you were thinking, okay, yeah, maybe Raw's this is going to be the turnaround. It wasn't. Like, you had a few cool things, like when they blew up Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley.
And that was like the first night of like Paul Heyman taking over.
Yeah.
Had
But-
one cool thing, and downhill was
Yeah.
there.
So,
I forgot about that too.
Yeah.
Bobby Lashley.
Andy, you're number 2.
My number 2 is the wild card rule.
right.
That was just stupid to begin with. I'm like, this is so. I'm already.
That was
disappointed.
horrible,
It was
horrible.
awful.
Tony.
Mine is going to be. It's crazy because we have 2 guys in the list who are dominating when it comes to the tag team division and did really well. I'm disappointed in the way that Raw and SmackDown's tag team division has been this year. No clear, like it's just you had clear cut
the
guys like
shits.
Viking Raiders and the Revival, but besides that, I mean, Revival could have easily been the number 1 team over Undisputed Era, but you don't take your tag team division seriously.
Yeah, Vince always said, "Why should I pay 2 guys when? Well, or why should I pay 4 when I only pay 2 guys?"
Yeah,
No.
you have
But
all
that's
these
the logic.
You have these established tag teams in your division, and I mean, listen, Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler are great superstars, but 2 guys come in and they're a put together tag team and they're champions in a week. Like that's not
Yeah,
good.
that was awful.
And then Braun Strowman goes out and squashes your whole tag team division by himself.
Yeah,
Not good.
and then loses to some boxer that nobody knows in America.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
yeah.
My number 2 was Kofi Kingston's title reign coming to an end in 5 seconds. from
Oh
Brock
yeah,
Lesnar.
That's a great one too.
That's
a really good one.
That sucks so bad. I feel. I don't know if you guys have listened to the New Day's new podcast yet.
No.
I haven't.
But
Did they go off on it?
Big E does. Big E said he was irate backstage. Like he was telling Kofi, "Don't agree to this. Do not go out there and lose in 5 seconds." Kofi was like, "Man, it's so I had a time in my life. Like this was a dream. Like if that's how they want me to lose, I'll lose."
The one thing
And
I
Big
did
E
hear
was like, "You're a better man than me, dude." Because I've been like, "Fuck you." It's like, no.
You're gonna have to.
Yeah,
you're
yeah. He's gonna have to legit pin me. Yeah,
and he could have.
yeah. Brock would have just been like, "No problem."
All right, yeah, we got
He would have squashed that chest.
6 seconds. It's going to be 2 seconds.
Would have been it would have been fun to watch though.
So now number 1, Andy, you said your number 1 was ROH. Tony.
Yeah, a little bit. Let's just say why.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Yeah, elaborate.
So
Sorry.
Ring of Honor, because when you think Ring of Honor, you thought the dream matches. It was so high.
Yeah.
You know, everyone left, and it's been in the doldrums. But that Madison Square Garden show was like, oh, it's New Japan. It's Ring of Honor. It's gonna be a great year. They put the world title on Matt Taven. He sucks. I don't care what anyone says. And they put the women's title on Kelly Klein. She sucks. And it's like, okay, they suck. The Enzo Cass thing was a flop. I mean, when they described it in the Jericho's podcast, like,
Yeah, they never even called them back. They ghosted them.
yeah,
Like,
they
what
never
the
called.
fuck?
Yeah, so I
Jesus
mean, like,
Christ.
you did nothing with that, and then you didn't even tell New Japan. New Japan's mad at you. That ended that relationship.
You know what sucks about the whole thing too, and maybe because I am a huge, we'll say, mark, is that moment could have been a huge moment for Enzo and Cass.
Let's say
That was not the crowd you want to do that in
yeah,
front of.
but let's say they did this. Briscoes are still in the ring. Everyone else leaves. Briscoes are in the ring for some reason. Then Enzo and Cass.
Yeah.
But now,
you booked that differently.
and Ring of Honor said, hey, before the Tanahashi Zack Sabre match, we need 5 minutes for a surprise.
if that was
then
put, if that was
okay.
put where
Yep.
people were smart onto it,
Yeah.
it would have been bigger than it was, because realistically, the biggest talking point on that show with social media was Enzo and fucking Cass jumped in the, like, it looked like a giant work, like
Yeah.
it looked real.
It looked, yeah.
And I would have did too. I would have had if they had a manager. I think they had Stokely Hathaway at the time. I forget, but I would have had somebody Briscoes, I got someone that's going to come kick your ass.
it could have been huge.
And then he comes out and it's Enzo Cass. And then
But
more
they-
heat on that match.
They went that opposite direction with just what they make it look like was a real thing.
Yeah, and that
Disappointment.
But
I
that
agree.
just and then the Kelly Klein concussion thing, and she only got paid $12,000 a contract. I mean, come on, you make more as a cashier at Walmart.
That's disgusting.
And then the thing with Joey Mercury said that Joe Koff is just an asshole, and Ring of Honor, man,
Which came out as apparently true because apparently he told Tommaso Ciampa over
Yeah.
the phone, "We're worth $20,000. No one's gonna pay more than that." Like, okay,
Just make
fuck
more
you,
than 20
dude.
grand
Yeah.
now.
Oh, by the way, I totally forgot my number 2.
I was gonna ask. I thought I missed it.
I wrote it down because I know mine. So I
Yeah.
just wrote, my number 2 is Seth Rollins' number 1 babyface.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
That was
Yeah,
just
that's
a
been terrible.
train wreck.
Yeah.
When they put him and Becky together, that was
Yeah,
that
it was over.
And I think the real nail in the coffin was the Fiend match at Hell in a Cell.
yeah.
Which is funny because that's my number one.
The
booking of the Seth
The whole
Rollins and
booking was bad.
that was my number one.
My number one. Did you do your number
I'm
one?
done,
yet?
I'm done.
Oh yeah, my number one is going to be Braun Strowman's year.
yeah.
You have a guy who you book as being larger than life. He can flip over ambulances. He can flip over 18-wheelers. He can destroy any single person on your roster. And then he gets to that title where at a point where he should win the match, and you make him look like a punk. He goes out and squashes your entire tag team division. It takes the entire ladder match guys to bury him to get him down. Like, he's unstoppable. And then he gets on a one-on-one against someone he should destroy, and he's losing. He got counted out in a match where you can't be counted out in. He lost to a boxer.
Yeah,
Like,
that nobody in America knows.
that nobody
Only
knows.
hardcore
Yeah.
boxing
Yeah.
fans, yeah.
Like, the guy is everything you want to be.
He was so high,
The crowd,
and then-
crowd still, even though how bad they're burying him.
Yeah.
he goes out and does his. He knows how to work the crowd.
Yeah.
the crowd loves him. The kids love him. They're get these hats, and he does. I'm going to run around and hit everybody. It's the corniest thing, but they eat it up.
I wonder how much of it is they think, like, because of that, no matter what, it's like almost like he's like a giant Daniel Bryan where no matter what we do, he's going to be over.
Yeah, man, but you got to at least.
And those people get
You
punished.
got to give him something.
See, the only reason why I wouldn't put that so high on the list is because I feel like he had the same shitty booking in 2018. Like, they did the same thing. He
Yeah.
lost every title match he was
Yeah.
in.
Money in the Bank.
Yeah, like
and then the fans were right behind him, and they turned him heel and put him with Dolph and
Yeah, Dolph and Drew
That
McIntyre.
sucked.
Even when he was a heel, the crowd was like, "We
Yeah.
rather you." You know what I mean? Yeah, I can definitely see me making some changes on this list, but that's my number
Hey,
one.
that's what you feel.
And I actually did make a change on the fly. The Seth thing was my number 1. I had my original number 3 was actually just in general. I thought you had an off year, Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
But
I would say that, but I think the end result of what they're doing, Kenny, is going to turn out
there's
to
a
be
method
genius.
there,
yeah, because Kenny doesn't need to be over right now. He should be.
Yeah.
But they're doing this whole thing where he's going to eventually probably lose his mind. And I think kind of putting him on the back burner and he goes out and has a good match, but maybe comes up a little short, I think is going to be a slow build payoff later on.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So I dropped it off the list because I didn't even think of it until Andy said it. My number 1's Ring of Honor. Just all in general, all encompassing everything Andy said, and then some. Ring of Honor is my
Yeah,
number
yeah,
one.
I think that has to be the number one because
Yeah.
that's true. Ring of Honor is the shits. It's terrible.
The only change I would make is I would drop Strowman, and I would just say I would probably drop Strowman. I would change my Ring of Honor to number 2, and my number 1 would be I'm just disappointed in management at WWE. Just in general, you have the best roster probably in the world right now. You've literally consumed almost all of Ring of Honor that made Ring of Honor popular. Mm-hmm. You had
all of Impact, all of old school Impact.
You had the opportunity to almost put the nail in the coffin in AEW before it even started if you would have just listened to Chris Jericho and give him a little more freedom.
Yeah.
Give these superstars you have not just all the money in the world, but let them come up with some ideas.
Yeah, you don't have to write the whole promo.
Give them a little breathing room. You give a guy like Jericho breathing room, he's a fucking amazing.
fantastic.
Some of his ideas that he wanted to do, he had New Japan on board to work with WWE.
Yeah.
Bring the IWEP Intercontinental Champion over and do him versus Miz.
Yeah, no, for Seth Rollins.
Oh, Seth Rollins,
which
yeah.
is even better.
It was-
Jericho
yeah,
and Seth.
Yeah.
And they're like, no. Like,
Yeah, it's insane.
AEW, I'm not saying it would have never been a thing, but they are heavily putting the ball in Jericho's hands and letting him run.
Dude, their ratings would be right now. They'd probably be getting like 400,000 people. If Jericho was not on
They
the
should
TV.
be thanking him, like
Yeah.
he says. For my thank you. Everything he does turns the gold.
My number one is just the disappointment of the way WWE is handling their superstars and their creative. It just they should.
It's all Vince.
Everything. Yeah. My biggest disappointment is Vince McMahon. That's my number one.
And a lot of these other things kind of wrap into that. So we'll say Ring of Honor 1, Vince McMahon 2, and there's not really a 3.
Agreed.
Yeah, I agree, man. Vince, he literally. It's like being Disney right now. You have the franchise rights to everything.
You have Star Wars. You have Marvel. You have
and you're
all
just
this
like,
shit.
fuck it. I think it's funny if I do this stupid.
I think
angle.
it's funny if Lana's cheating on Rusev.
Hey guys, I'm gonna take $100 million from WWE and get the XFL back together,
Yeah.
and everyone's like, "Fucking no, man!
Yeah.
Please don't do that."
I don't even want
Don't
that.
rain on
Yeah.
Tony's DC Defenders parade.
I don't even mind the XFL. I don't mind that at all.
I can't wait for it to get canceled again. I'm sorry.
But it just,
Maybe that will be the thing that finally kills Vince.
it just, yeah,
At least maybe enough for Vince to be like, "You take over the company.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
done."
yeah. It was.
He needs one more big embarrassment to
Yeah.
really set him off to be like, "Just take it."
If he
Steph."
fails twice at
Yeah.
XFL, that's
If these past 2 years haven't been enough of an embarrassment, I don't know what can be. I really don't.
He's very, like we said, man. He's just very out of touch. Like,
Like we're comparing every Wednesday. We're comparing AEW to NXT, and it's close. Mm-hmm. But they're not even close to small Raw and SmackDown, and they're putting out dog shit.
Yeah, they're way better than Raw. So it's like if only you get those people that are so trained to watch wrestling on Friday or Monday, and then SmackDown.
Yeah.
yeah, I wish
This is way better.
I
Watch
wish
this.
AEW and NXT were getting the ratings around SmackDown.
Yeah, me
where,
too.
like, I wish they all flipped. You know what I mean? But
And be like, holy fuck, we're losing to
I think
our
if a lot of people would just watch it,
smarten up.
with an open mind, but wow, this is much better. Holy
I
shit.
remember when SmackDown was on FS1 for that one night,
Yeah.
and they had like 400,000 viewers, and everybody was like, "Oh my god, what is?" If they would keep that pace going, oh, that'd been so great.
Yeah.
So WWE would have to change the shit because they'd be like, "Okay, they're going to get canceled,
Yeah.
so we're fucked."
Yeah,
But-
it's disappointing, man.
So that's our we got 3 this that week.
Yeah, three every week.
What's the next week?
Next week we're going to have, I have it here,
You got it.
Breakout Star of the Year, kind of
Okay.
the flip side of Disappointment of the
Now,
Year.
can we branch that? Can we do if we we'll make more time for it? We'll do breakout star or like breakout star men and women
Okay.
because I think like because there's
definitely.
it's tough to just put them both together.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah, for sure. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah,
And so we'll have men's Breakout Star, women's Breakout Star, Feud of the Year, and
I'm gonna have to think about
yeah.
TV Show of the Year, which should be interesting.
So what do you mean by that one?
Like
Raw,
SmackDown, NXT, Dynamite.
Like, I'm sure these
And then,
are
we're
going
gonna-
to
and, then, and then we have promotion
NWA.
of the year.
Yeah.
It's been
That'll
out
be
for
later.
6 months.
Yeah. What's your favorite show of the year?
Well, wouldn't TV show and promotion of the year be like the same thing?
No, because
No.
you
'Cause
could
you
be
have
like
pay-per-views.
NXT, but you wouldn't pick WWE as promotion.
Promotion of the year.
That's true.
Yeah, we'll split up
Or
NXT
vice versa.
and WWE.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not just a TV show. Maybe you like their pay-per-views. Maybe you like
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe you're a huge NXT UK guy.
Yeah.
Which nobody is. But
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
yeah.
I don't.
Which is weird because every time I watch it, I'm like, "Oh, this is good wrestling." But then I'm like, next week, I'm like, "What the hell was I watching
Yeah,
last week?"
yeah.
And it doesn't
Yeah.
cross my mind.
That's because it doesn't seem like they're taking it seriously.
Oh, they don't give a shit at all.
Yeah.
They're just like, "Here's all these British guys who all dress the same.
It's like there's a lot of people that watch.
We all have mustaches."
Yeah, hey, we all have
Like,
the same haircut.
the real reason they're doing that is they want to kill the British indie scene. That's
Yeah,
why
They
they're
already
doing
have,
it.
man. They already have.
Well, one of the major British independent scenes that just shut down.
Yep.
Yeah, they successfully shut down a branch that was
Yeah,
huge.
that's what they want.
Progress Wrestling over in England was one of my favorite companies in the world. They always had like funny ass pay per view titles, like the names of like the pay per views and shit. They always had great
PWG would do
matches.
that all the time too.
And the guy who owns Progress, once WWE NXT UK took half the wrestlers, he literally left and took a job for WN UK. Like
Yeah.
he works them now. He's like does some backstage shit. It's
Yeah.
like, dude, what the fuck? You're giving
Yeah.
up your own company to work for these?
Yeah, that's not.
It's like Big Daddy Pharma comes in. We're like,
Yeah.
let's take your drugs. He's like,
Yeah.
all right, fuck it.
yeah. I'll go you.
All right, well, we'll get some quick plugs out, Andy.
Oh Jesus! Well, I have no shows lined up this weekend, but Calling the Power Ring will be on Friday, Saturday, and you can still buy a shirt.
board then.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and that's about it. And then plug the not going to high school, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Murder My Dude
Hey.
is fast approaching its 50th episode. It'll be in
Wow.
2 weeks. Episode 48 was released this morning. Very interesting one. We're talking about a guy named nicknamed Killer Petey, Pedro Rodriguez Filho. He is basically the real life Dexter. If you remember the TV show Dexter, he would kill drug dealers, he would kill murderers, rapists, bad people. Well, mostly bad people. He killed somebody because they snored.
Yeah.
His cellmate. So this is a guy who did a lot of crazy stuff, and we covered it. Next week is Jimmy Hoffa, and then the 50th episode, the big special one, is Jack the Ripper. So that's what we have coming up.
Cool. From personal experience, I listen to that podcast regularly. Their last episode, Thanksgiving, was really good, and the BTK one, I would say you should definitely check that one out as well. That was really good. Very good research, very good talking points. It was a good episode. Check that one out.
All Things Wrestling on Facebook. And this Saturday, December 7th, is House of Glory's show called HOG 9. It's 9 years of House of Glory. Ric Flair was supposed to be there, but he had to cancel.
They're saying it's the health reasons.
The last I heard, they said it was unseen circumstances. His wife was the one who called and said he couldn't make it, but apparently it's not health, because HOG came out today this morning and they said that they had bad information. It wasn't about health. They didn't want to get anybody scared.
Okay.
It wasn't a health issue. It just was
I think that WWE gets a
issue.
little antsy when Ric Flair
Yeah.
does stuff in New York.
Yeah. Okay. The only thing I got a couple weeks, in 2 weeks, a week now. A week, yeah,
Week and a half.
Week and a half. I'm doing 3 Toys for Tot shows. One's in the St. Clair in the Roundhouse. One's going to be in Pottsville at Strikers, and the other one's going to be at the Hot Rod Bar and Grill in Cursona. All proceeds go to Toys for Tots. You can get into the show for free. Just bring in a brand new unwrapped toy, or $5 at the door.
Non-violent toy, right? Isn't that what they always say? Like, it has to be a non-violent toy, I think.
I don't know if there's
They can't bring one of the.
It just for all they told me is a brand new
Tom
unwrapped toy.
McFarlane horror classics.
Yeah. So I don't know. Just be respect. They're for kids. You're buying for your little
You
kids.
get a Barbie or a Star Wars, Hot Wheels. Spider-Man.
And you don't have to bring one toy if you really want to help a kid out in the area. I personally know some people who went through some stuff and they used Toys for Tots because they just couldn't get their kid a good Christmas, and it came through. So it's one of those charities that you're not just putting your money or your donation into and it's going worldwide. I know for some people that bothers them, but you're helping local kids out in the area. So
and when is the date?
Sorry, December 13th.
Okay.
That is a week from Friday.
Yes.
The 13th.
So that'll be those shows that we got
it's
going
Friday
on.
the 13th. Spooky.
Friday the 13th, yeah.
You're going head to head with that ROH pay-per-view. Hope they don't.
Yeah. Technically, I'm actually going head-to-head with T102 in a way.
Oh, wow. What are they doing?
Because T102 just did a Toys for Tots benefit
Oh.
yesterday or the day
Well,
before.
hey, the more toys, the better.
Yeah, exactly.
It didn't do very well.
Really?
No, they usually have a really good turnout, and it's at McDonald's, and I don't think they did very well.
Oh, wow.
So if a
I'm just glad it's not Saturday because you're not going up against NWA and
Yeah,
Fire.
I mean, to
Yeah.
the fire. Come on.
this Saturday I'll be at a wedding, so I won't be able to see any of that. I did watch a couple episodes of it, though.
Did you really?
I enjoyed it.
the wedding?
Yeah, the wedding. No, of NWA. I enjoyed it, but
Yeah.
it didn't grab me like I thought it was going
Okay.
to.
I think you have to have appreciated that type of wrestling when it was around the first time.
I enjoy
to really.
I enjoy the characters.
That's what it's all about.
It
Really.
kind of makes you care about people that I never cared about.
Yeah.
I just wish that they had music. If I had to
Yeah.
change one thing, I'd have it.
Just Dawkins. That's all you
Yeah.
get. And that drum that they have with
Yeah,
Thunder Rosa.
which
I
don't
think this might just sound super biased because I'm just not a fan of this human being. I think I'll enjoy it more once Jim Cornette's gone.
See, I think he adds to it, actually.
I thought you did, too.
I do
See, I
not
thought
like.
he added to it, and I don't even like. Jim
I
Cornette.
don't like Jim Cornette, and the guy they have him his guy is not that good.
Really?
I thought Joe Galley was all
I
right.
thought Joe Guy is very good.
I like Joe
Yeah.
Galley.
I really like Dave Marquez as like your interview guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do
Yeah,
like the
he's
interview
cool.
guy.
He's
But apparently he might be wrapping up what he's doing with them too,
Really?
or something. There's a rumor.
Wow.
It's cool. I like how they keep like a handful of people, and I like
Wade
how they
Barrett
rotate.
came out of nowhere to
Yeah,
do this.
that is
Or
a-
Stu Barrett, whatever the hell he's
Yeah,
called now.
Stu
Stu Bennett.
Yeah.
So I mean,
He's been doing. There's a thing on Netflix called Ultimate Beastmaster.
Oh yeah,
it's like a ninja
well,
word.
CM
Yeah.
Punk was in it with him for the
Punk-
first season or something.
They have
that.
like an American. They have like 6 different feeds. There's American English. There's British English.
Wow.
Brazilian. Like Anderson Silva did the Brazilian feed. There's
Oh,
a
God,
Korean.
imagine listening to that. Oh, he did go good. Oh,
I love you, kid Jesus.
No, that's you, Romero.
Wonderful, wonderful. You know,
Well,
it's normal.
He's also speaking Portuguese.
He's not trying to speak English.
Gostaza.
So,
Alicia.
but yeah, Barrett was part of the British commentary team, and then Punk, this last one,
Okay.
was like I think he took over for Tiki Barber or somebody.
Who do you think would be someone for NWA Power that if they walked in, they would be a good fit for them, and they could be like the main dude?
Wrestling wise?
Because I like right now, like Nick Aldis is their main dude.
I love Nick Aldis. Don't you dare show
I
me.
wasn't a fan until NWA Power.
Yeah,
and now I'm a Nick
I didn't
Aldis
realize.
fan.
Who, Magnus?
I do like him, but I just don't think he's big enough to put.
You don't think it's like a superstar?
I don't think he's big enough to put the promotion on his shoulders yet. I think Storm could be. James Storm.
I was gonna say.
I was gonna say Tony
Jim
Storm's like
Storm's
7 years
old.
old.
Yeah, they need a bigger presence with the women's division as well.
Who would fit?
Well, they got Allison Kay, Ashley Vox, Thunder Rosa, Melina, Marty Bell.
They were
and-
using Jazz for a while.
Yeah, and they got like one other. I think with they didn't want to go too big. It was
They
only
had
9
Penelope
episodes.
before, but then she went to AEW.
Yeah, I think.
It's tough to say. 'Cause
I think in the next set of tapings, it's gonna be a little bit bigger. That place is gonna be packed. Like the one thing.
Yeah, they're all sold out. Like
Yeah.
every.
I
But
think-
in sense,
think
maybe
maybe
like
the-
Tony's asking, like if anybody from any company, who do you think would be a big star? Like I don't know. That's tough to say. Maybe like
because they could take a lesser star and be a big deal.
Yeah.
Like if Buddy Murphy went there, he might be a
Oh,
big
yeah.
deal.
Who's the guy that was wrestling Cody for the NWA title?
That's Nick Aldis.
Nick Aldis.
it's not
Was
Aldis,
it?
Yeah.
He was a fucking superstar in that match. He's not rubbing off on me. I think because his opponents haven't been great since I watched in the 3
That
episodes.
definitely could be it. 'cause
The
he's-
Tim Storm one, it was more about the storyline of him.
Yeah.
Like it was like the whole
Which is-
Cody thing.
The
Gotta
old
lead
guy
to-
versus the new guy.
A greater story because James Storm picked
I know who it's going to be.
a random guy as his manager or for the referee because it's 2 out of 3 falls, and then Nick Aldis picked Tim Storm to be the referee. So
How about Tim Storm screws Nick Aldis, and then we find out that James Storm's his son?
yeah, that's what I think they're gonna do. Or something
Well,
like that.
how
my
about we
son
just
James.
how about we take the most over guy in the company and just put the title on the question mark
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
with his karate?
I think they might do like they have the U.S., but they might do the North American Heritage title. That's the question mark.
Well, he's at the pay per view is wrestling Trevor Murdoch.
Yeah.
and then they're doing Colt Cabana and
Ricky Starks.
and Aaron Stevens
Aaron
for the
Stevens.
North
the
American
heavyweight.
title.
I don't think
Yeah.
the belt's gonna
The
be
Aaron
stuck there.
Stevens thing. It's so weird because he wrestles in
Flesh-colored
flesh-colored trunks. It just looks like he's wrestling naked.
naked. But dude, he's my favorite part because he gets the crowd so like he understands them so much.
Yeah.
Like, he has such a back and forth with them all the time.
Yeah, he's great.
It's the best.
He's
man.
great
It's
on
so
that.
great.
Yeah, I'm about 3 or 4 episodes
So-
in.
Okay, you know what? Who I would pick actually? The Miz. If the Miz won
Oh,
over
yeah.
the
He'd be
NWA,
a
I could
great
see him
heel
being
for
a
that.
big time star.
world
over there.
champion. That's a good
Yeah.
pick.
Bobby
That's a-
Roode.
Bobby Roode would be huge.
They have a Tony Fox Waffles
Yeah.
Orange T-shirt,
Uncle Tony's.
and I want to buy it, but the shipping is $9.
Ooh.
Ouch!
I want to get the NWA pin of the title, but it's like $25.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I want
Jesus
that pin
Christ,
too.
dude.
Like a lot of the merchants group, like come on, $9
I'll probably end up
shirt.
swallowing and just getting it, but I'm gonna have to wear that fucking thing every day.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
So I'm like,
That's a
fucking-
nice pin.
Put it on my
I was
And they
looking
have
like-
the women's towel too, and that one looks pretty good. But not as
Am
good
I
as the
really
Waffles
going to go
towel.
out in public in a waffles entire?
I would. Waffles and time.
Look at him. He's got waffles on his shirt. He's thinking about food all the time.
But that's gonna do it here for Chino Tag.
Brought to you by Tony Fox Waffles and Tires.
Yeah.
Paducah, Kentucky.
So stay tuned, and we're gonna have some other cool stuff. Check out the page. We're gonna do our pro wrestling scorecards, and we're also gonna do an unboxing video for pro video games monthly.
Yeah.
So check that out. We'll see you guys in a little bit.
Bye.
See you next week. Bye.
Goodbye.